Hello! Oh, I forgot to change my stuff from yesterday. Oops. Hello! I'm here. Happy Thursday, everyone. My name is Myra. First to be Retromancer. And today! Hey, Myra, check it out. Oh my god, she already added it! That's so cute. Well, I'm glad she likes it. Hi everyone. Today we're gonna be playing some, Hero of Law. I did not go to twitch.tv/save-streak/Myra Wars. Oh my god. Rev. Well, it's good to know that there's a link to that. But yeah, we're gonna be playing Hero of Law today. It's a ROM hack for Ocarina of Time that turns the game into Ace Attorney. So I'm really excited to give it a try. I really enjoyed Ace Attorney. And I love Ocarina of Time. So this seems to be a nice crossover for me. I'm really excited to check it out. Apparently it's pretty well made. I booted it up once before. Thank you, I will stretch. I booted up once before just to make sure it works, and it seems incredibly faithful to Ace Attorney. So I'm actually really excited. I'm really excited for to play this. Right, do I have any news? Not really. Thank you so much everyone for commissioning the emotes. I had one come in just from Corgi before we started. If you're not familiar, right now I'm doing commissions on my VGen. Oh my god, my voice. For these little I love your character here emotes. So if you'd like to get one of your OC or as a gift for one of your streamer friends, you can check out my VGen. They are £15 right now per piece. You can check it out. And thank you so much for everyone who's already commissioned one. I really appreciate it. £15 is what I gave to your mom. Okay, well with that, she could get herself a little emo. I owed her. So yeah, thank you so much for commissioning it. Order submitted, get supported nerd. Thank you so much, Corey. I did see. I have not gotten started on yours yet, but I caught up to all the others. So I'll be able to work on yours next. So yeah, check out my VGen if you're interested. Or if you just want to commission something else. I think I still have portraits on sale at the moment. If anyone's interested in getting a portrait done, but it's all optional. Thank you so much for your support. Speaking of support, thank you Shift for the 51-month resub. Dawn, thank you for the 3-stream streak, and Scada, thank you for the 3-stream streak. Thank you. Yeah, there's also the cursor and the Balatro mod for free on my VGen shop. You can just download it for free there, if you feel like grabbing it. Yeah. Any other updates? I did some crochet last night. I didn't watch a movie though, I just crocheted. And I got started on border number 2. I have not taken a picture of it, so I can't show you right now. But it's coming along. It's coming along. But yeah, the support for the emotes has helped me out a lot. So thank you so much, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I'm tired. It's been a week and a half, and I didn't even go to my appointment on Tuesday. I canceled it because I was worried I'd be sick. So I don't know. It's been a week and a half. I guess I've been doing just a lot of work this week with all the art and stuff. I did, by the way, check out the the backlogged for Peace Walker. And one of the reviews said that they were a completionist, as in they did all of the side ops with their friend and co-op. And they still thought the requirement for unlocking the true ending of the game is too much work. And I was like, oh no. Uh-oh. We might have to YouTube it. Because at the moment, I don't really have the time or willingness to do Peace Walker grinding off stream, guys. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll check it out once we actually finish the normal ending. But I'm not feeling optimistic about it. But we shall see. I definitely want to do the Monster Hunter stuff, though. Any plans on Metal Gear Acid? Nope. I was just gonna go into Revengeance next. And then Ground Zeroes. And then 5. And then done. Maybe. Probably. We should play the Metal Gear. The original Metal Gear at some point. Like the 2D ones. But... no, I don't have any other plans other than those 2 games. Unless they're games I should absolutely play. I mean... We'll see. I honestly really want to play the Metal Gear Solid Game Boy port. I hear those old ones are still really fun. Okay, well maybe we'll check those out at some point. I'm not opposed to giving it a try, but as for like other titles, I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I really want to play the Metal Gear Solid Game Boy port. It seems like it would be pretty bad. But I don't know. I think it's Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid Game Boy. It's very good. Is it? Is it very good for Game Boy standards, or is it just good? Unironically. Okay, well, we'll check it out. Yes. Okay, we'll check it out at some point. Because I'm very keen to see how they do it. Ghost Babble? What does that mean? Ghost Babble. What's Ghost Babble? Thank you, Troubles, for the 8-month resub. Thank you. They're calling that game the sliced bread of joystick controls. Well, it's on Game Boy. So it doesn't have joystick controls. Metal Gear Solid released in Japan as Metal Gear Ghost Babble. Oh. Wait, is this a different game? Wait, I'm so confused. Is this a different entry altogether, or is it just a port of Metal Gear Solid? Same game, different name. Oh, okay. Only for Game Boy Color. Wow. Sliced joystick. Crunch. Your flaw is funny, I liked it. Well, I'm looking forward to playing it. Yeah, we'll start in just a minute here. But yeah, I don't have much in the way of updates today, unfortunately. I was really exhausted after stream yesterday, so I was just kind of taking it easy. And this morning, I did nothing but work on commissions, so there's not really been much of interest to tell you guys. Good morning, Irie. Good morning, I gotta start walking to class in the next half hour, but I'm too cozy in my bed. Oh no! Well, within the next half hour is quite a bit of time. Just make sure you don't fall back asleep. Okay, I'm gonna boot this up. Apparently, I could have played this on real hardware, by the way. But I don't actually have the N64 expansion pack. And it's needed for this ROM hack, unfortunately. It's like 50 quid, man. That's so much money for something that I'm probably not gonna get very much use out of. I did look into if it enhances some of the non-expansion pack games, and it does for some. But yeah, she's buying RAM. I'm buying 8 megabytes of RAM for 50 quid, man. It's crazy. Well, maybe it's cheaper on eBay. I haven't actually looked at eBay yet. Okay. So we are emulating this, just letting you know. I should probably... Wait, do I still have the real hardware tag in my... Yes, I do. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here! 8 megabytes? Is it 8 megabytes? I think it's 8 megabytes of RAM in the N64 expansion pack. It's not gigs, yeah. What's the other one? Kilobytes? Is that more or less than megabytes? This is how little I know about technology. Less. Okay. Well, it could be then. Okay, hold on. I might have to make this a little bigger. Because it's kind of small right now. Kilo, mega, giga, your mom. What the fuck? How could you? I trusted you! That's my kind of joke. Peter, we need to make the slowest file size possible, Peter. Peter, the horse is here. Peter. Alright. Let's see. Peter. Did you know that they call half a bite a nibble? Is that official? Did John Bite say that himself? What is half a nibble? A taste? Obius, capture the fucking game right now. Right, meow! Why? Why won't you do it? Now it's not capturing. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, now it's not capturing anything. That nibble thing is real. That wasn't a joke. It's really cute. Right now. It won't capture! What have I done to offend you, OBS? Hold on. In fact, I Nibble Snarf? Ooh, Nibble Snarf's good. Cyber's got him. No! It wasn't me. I think they're just adding a dramatic pause for effect. Tasted it. The bite? Really? How was it? Okay, I think I got the game set up. Probably. I eat it at all. That's why RAM prices are so high. I eat it at all. I bet it tasted like Switch cartridge. Mmm, yummers. Okay. I don't need my Ocarina acid for this, surely, right? Hold on, let me see if I can make it so my Switch keeps playing audio when I alt-tab. My Switch? Yeah, my Switch. General settings. There we go. That killed it. Really? Bruh. Oh my, oh, okay, hold on. Now unpause. How do I unpause? Resume. Aha! Okay. So this is Hero of Law. Is it too loud? I can turn it down. This is a fan-made ROM hack for Ocarina of Time. That does apparently run on real hardware. Again, it does. We're not playing it on real hardware because I don't have the Nintendo 64 expansion pack. But you could play it on real hardware if you wanted to. How is this for volume, by the way? Should I turn it down a bit more, or is this good? Me? That's right. You in the chat. You could play it on real hardware right now. I love how they like remix the music to make it Ace Attorney as well. As you can see, there's a continue and a new game. I have forgotten to plug my I did boot it up really quick to make sure it works, but I have not read anything. If you can believe me. This is as blind as it gets. I've been very excited to play this. My controller! I set this up, like, on Sunday. And now this shit is not working. Of course it's not working when I actually need it to work. This is the right controller. What do you want from me? We're working just fine. Sounds about right, yeah. I tested it! I tested it. I did fucking test it. I tested it! Why do you hate me? Okay, let's do the age-old strategy of restarting. Input. Wait. Now, okay, now it's working. Okay, I just had to restart my Switch. Okay, I think that should be good. Okay, sorry about that. OBS, I swear to God, you better fucking capture the game right now. Oh, thank you. Okay. You can actually change the sound. Well, never mind. You can play it in French if you're an Expedition 33 head. But because there might be some non-Expedition 33 heads in the audience, we will be playing in English. Are you ready? Ooh, I'm so excited! This game autosaves after each scene. Do not turn off your console while the save icon is displayed. Okay, got it. Good morning, Jonah. Hello, hello. It's so quiet. Do you think they forgot? Forget a royal visitation? No one could make such a blunder, princess. Well, I guess I should just go in then. Mario! March 17th, 9:37 a.m. Hyrule Grand Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Look, this looks exactly like Ace Attorney! It's so cool! Okay, let me get a notepad out, just in case we need it. Because, who knows how crazy these cases are gonna be. I mean, I don't even know how many cases there are, we'll just have to see. You think that after so many years of doing this, I'd be used to the stress. So why am I shaking? I guess it's a lot worse when it's your friend's life that's on the line. Come on, gotta look professional. She can't see you like this. Speaking of her, though, where is she anyway? Oh my god, it's just like Ace Attorney. All the sound effects. Court record. We have the attorney's badge! Prove that I can stand in court as an attorney. Yes! Oh, please let me present that. Malon, age 27, my longtime friend and the defendant in this case. Talon, deceased, the victim, owner of Lon Lon Ranch and Malon's loving father. This is so cool already. Hey, you over there! Huh? What is it, attorney? The trial isn't starting yet. But it will be soon, right? Would you happen to know why my client isn't here yet? I didn't get to speak much with her when she was arrested, so I was hoping I could at least exchange a word with her now. Wahaha! Well, you weren't the only one with the idea. I believe she's currently in the prosecutor's lobby. You wanted to talk to her as well. What? What is up with this guy? He bars me from the crime scene, blocks my detention center visits, and now this? Not to worry, she will definitely be here before the trial. Great, that'll be a joyous 5 minutes indeed. There's nothing I can do but wait. Sometime later. Okay, this is ridiculous. How much longer can he keep her? Ah, see, there she is. No need to get all worked up. Is something wrong? Did I hear shouting? So much for looking professional. No, don't worry. Everything's fine. This is Malon. Ever since we met in Hyrule Castletown all those years ago, we've been great friends. Her heart's in the right place. I know she cared deeply about her father. Everything's fine. Why do you look so worried? Well, how did the investigation go? Did you find anything? Yes, the investigation. I found tons of, groundbreaking stuff. Particularly that my opponent's a real scumbag. What did the prosecutor want from me anyway? Who's the prosecutor gonna be? Ganon? Who's gonna be the judge? Rauru? Rauru? The Sage of Light. Because he's bald. That's my only basis. What'd the prosecutor want from you anyway? Well, it was mostly just threats. He kept explaining in detail what will happen to me if I'm found guilty. Doesn't sound like a vital discussion that needed to happen right before the trial. Probably just did that so he wouldn't have as much time to talk. You believe in me, right? I didn't do it. I'd never. Of course. Of course I believe you. Although I'll be honest, things aren't looking very good right now. What's that you've got there? Oh, this is just a pictograph of Father I carry around. I just can't believe he's gone. I wish I knew how to cheer her up right now. Show her the attorney badge. I'm not very good at handling emotional clients. Hey, you know, that pictograph could be really useful for the trial. Oh, how so? Well, you look so happy together. I can present it to show that you two had a great relationship. You really think so? Ah, well, here you go then. Little camera icon. Hi, Solar. Welcome in. At least I'll be walking in there with something other than my badge. But wait, we shouldn't just be idly chatting. Anyway, there's not much time left. I know it's hard to talk about, but could you tell me what actually happened? I don't stand much chance if I don't know your version of the story. I understand. Unfortunately, there really isn't much to go... Trial is starting. Defendant, attorney, please enter the courtroom at once. Uh-oh, shouldn't have said that stuff about having no chance. Alright, everything will be fine. The prosecutor has been playing me for a fool since this began, but sooner or later his arrogance will be his undoing. Let's head inside. Who's it gonna be? My name's Link. I've been a defense attorney for the last 7 years! Wait, so instead of pulling the Master Sword, he went to law school? Is that it? I've won my fair share of cases, but lost some too, but this one's personal. There's so much at stake here. Not only do I have to save Malon's life, I've got to find out who did this to Talon. Talon. He was always so kind. He didn't deserve this. I need to do him justice. I can't lose this. Ah, there he is! Oh my god, the jury! Yes! It is him! Okay, I don't know if I can remember how to do my judge voice from Ace Attorney. Court is now in session for the trial of Malon of Lon Lon Ranch. Oh my god, even the angle is the same. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Dragmire? I sincerely doubt that. Wait. I made Edgeworth British. Should I make him British now? What were they thinking, pitting me against some pathetic kid? Pathetic kid? What gives you the right to... Still your tongue. You bring shame upon the fine color of your hair, vile woman. Ah! It's so good. It's actually so peak. Before long, the world shall know the horrible deeds you've committed. Let us not prolong the inevitable. Shall we begin? No, this court is no place to be exchanging insults. Since the prosecution seems ready as well, let's hear their opening statement. The opening statement shall also be the closing one. The girl did it, it's obvious. She killed her own father in cold blood. Also, she could have the ranch to herself. Couldn't wait for the old fool to die naturally, could you greedy little rat? If only I could do a Matthew Mercer voice. Ah! Wait, this is so good! Your Honor, you can't allow this man to verbally abuse the defendant like this. She committed murder, kid. She deserves every bit of scorn she gets. I do believe a little less commentary wouldn't go amiss. Bah! I assure you, old man, you will change your opinion once you see all of the damning evidence. Who is this guy? How can he speak to the judge like that? Ganondorf Dragmire? Looks like I've been lucky to avoid meeting this man until now. The stories I've heard about him must be true. A boorish barbarian of a man hailing from the Gerudo province. Apparently he prides himself on the nearly clean streak he's cultivated for decades, all while disrespecting everyone in the court, including the judge. I've even heard some attorneys refer to him as the King of Evil. Ah, it's so good! Oh my god, I love it! Definitely has that look at the very least. Who wears full armor to court? Very well, please present your case to the court. You don't seem to like me talking. So I'll just let the detective present the basics. Bring Impa of the Sheikah Force to the stand. Well, here we go. The first battle. Is she gonna be Gumshoe? I know Impa. She's quite a competent detective. One fear, which worries me. Please let her have made a mistake just this once. Alright, state your name and whatever it is you pretend to do. You never change, do you, prosecutor? Any possible change would be for the worse. Now, stop wasting time. Name and occupation. Oh, man. Very well. I am Impa, head detective of the Sheikah Force Homicide Division. True for now, at least. Well, what are you waiting for? Start talking! You are the one assigned to this case, so you know all about it. What calamity has befallen our fair kingdom? Still can't be bothered to give a proper opening statement. I suppose I can do the prosecutor's job for him this time, for the sake of an unbiased look. Please go ahead, detective. The incident happened early yesterday morning on Lon Lon Ranch, a local supplier of goods located just south of Castletown. The current owner of the homestead, Talon, was found dead in his ranch. it's the Owls theme. Yappora's theme. Oh my god, it's so peak. The current owner of the homestead, Talon, was found dead in his ranch house. A tragic loss for a kingdom for sure. I have seen the man around Castletown a number of times, delivering goods. Quite. The owner was a rather important figure in the local community. In any case, we were alerted to the scene of the murder by the Royal Guard, who were there on official business. Official business? What kind? As I understand, the ranch provides the kingdom with vital services to ensure it is operating as it should, and to ensure it is operating as it should, and as a gesture of appreciation, the Crown orders a visitation to the ranch every year. I see. A scheduled annual visit. Continue, detective. When the Sheikah Force arrived, they found the victim bleeding out onto the floor. Next to him lay his daughter, Malon, breathing but unresponsive. After a thorough investigation, we arrested her as she was deemed the only possible culprit. That about covers the gist of what happened. Very nice and succinct. Keep that up and perhaps he will keep you a job. Oh, I don't think the good detective here has to worry much about that, given she is the head of the department. Which reminds me, why is the head of detectives herself on a case like this? Were the other detectives unavailable? That would be because I have been assigned to this case by order of the King of Hyrule himself. The King himself assigned you? That doesn't happen very often, does it? You're correct, Your Honor. I am not usually involved in field work like this. This time, however, the King felt it necessary because of who is involved. Wars involved. Is the death of a ranch worker really such a concern for the king? Of course it is! If he provides food, it should be. Well, as I said, London Ranch is a very important supplier of goods, to be sure. But that's not who I meant. I imagine the king wanted the top investigators on this job because it was the royal princess herself who discovered the crime scene. Order! I will have order! The music is so good! The royal princess Zelda witnessed the crime. And there you have it. This case rides on the prince's own words. To doubt it would be to doubt your own royalty. This is bad. I really can't object to that. Very well, if the princess is testifying today, it's better we don't make her needlessly wait. Detective, please testify about exactly why the defendant was arrested. Oh my god, the Hylian font. Reasons for arrest. It is with regret that I agree with Dragmire. All the evidence points toward this girl being the culprit. We determined that the murder definitely took place inside of the ranch house. There were only 3 people on the ranch: the victim, the defendant, and a worker who has an alibi for the time of the crime. The defendant was found unconscious right in front of the victim, who was bleeding out onto the floor. Furthermore, she was holding a weapon. Without a doubt, that's what was used to kill the victim. Seems like such a bright girl. It is most unfortunate. Well, let me press some of those details, please. Your Honor, I would like to submit these pieces of evidence to the court. First, I have the autopsy report performed by the Crown's top coroner. And this one was not tampered with, are we sure? Here's what we determined to be the murder weapon, which we took from the defendant's hands. God, I can't read. To make sure we had the correct weapon, we conducted a very thorough investigation. Naturally, we searched everyone and thoroughly examined the ranch and its vicinity. Nothing unusual was found, but to be safe, we also checked the ranch's inventory list to see whether anything was missing. The list matches the items we found on the ranch exactly, and nothing but the saw had fresh blood on it. That does sound quite compelling. This must have been a truly terrifying scene. Dying from a wound made by a weapon like this is extremely painful. This only helps prove the defendant's viciousness. At this rate, they're going to paint Malin as some heartless monster. There's one more thing I feel I should mention for the sake of completeness. Shortly after we arrived at the ranch, a courier showed up to take some milk shipments. Of course, business must go on. They made him so smug. This is really necessary to enter into evidence, though. The shipments did end up leaving the ranch, so I feel it bears mentioning. Were the contents checked before you let them go? Naturally. Who do you take us for? Even though the worker handling the shipments did get quite worked up about it, we cracked all of the boxes open to check what was inside. In the end, it did turn out to be only milk bottles, so we let them through. Very well. Thank you for your thoroughness, Detective. So, what happens now? Well, this is where I step in and perform a cross-examination. How great! How does that work? Huh? Could you explain what you're going to be doing? Can't hurt to go over this again. Witnesses will repeat their testimony. I'll be able to scroll back and forth through individual statements by pressing A and B or with the D-pad. I'll just repeat it as many times as you want? That's right, I have to consider every little detail, can't miss a thing. If I want more info about something, I can use L or Z to press the statement and ask the witness a question. Grill them for info. Yep. Since the witness has to come up with an answer on the spot, if they're lying, prompting for more info can make them slip up. Most importantly, though, I will find something that doesn't line up with the evidence. I can press R to bring up the court record. The court record is basically a list of all the evidence, right? Yes. I can open it any time if I need to recheck the facts. Deep, irregular wound made with a sharp metal object. Victim died from loss of blood no later than 8 a.m. Clean of blood. Well, it was found with blood at the scene, right? Rakes, garden hose, buckets, hammers, knives. Can I scroll? No. Wood saws? There's only one wood saw, okay, which is the murder weapon. Saddles, horseshoes, axes, brooms. So that already doesn't check out, because she said it was the only possible thing on the ranch that could have killed him, right? Some orders were met that left the ranch a little after the crime. I mean, irregular wound? I guess it could be the rakes, but then it would be like multiple, right? Could be the, well, could it be the garden hoe? I don't know, we'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll listen to the testimony again. I'd love to hear that alibi. Jolly old man who has presided over some of my cases. Prosecutor assigned to the case, rude to others, easily angered. Head of detectives assigned to investigate the case. If you choose a contradicting item, I'll press up to raise an objection and present my doubts to the court. Oh, and I can not only present evidence, but profiles as well. Profiles? The court record contains a list of all the people involved too. I can switch between evidence and profiles with R. If I need to review what's been said recently, I can also press start to see a history of messages. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Is the defense done whispering? Sorry. If he's so upset about it, why doesn't he just press C right to skip ahead? The defense is ready to cross-examine the witness. Bah! A waste of time. I sincerely hope you're not implying that standard court procedure is a waste of time, Mr. Dragmire. In any case, we're ready, defense. Please begin the cross-examination. The reason for arrest. It is with regret that I agree with Dragmire. All the evidence points towards this girl being the culprit. Hold it. What makes you think she's the culprit? She's just about to tell you! Keep quiet and listen. Right, sorry. Indeed, as I was saying. It's literally one-to-one to Ace Attorney, that's so good! We determined that the murder definitely took place inside of the ranch house. How did you determine that? It's quite simple. There was no blood found anywhere else. Had the victim been attacked at some other location, we'd expect a trail of it leading to the scene. Couldn't the killer have just cleaned it all up? Certainly not. The path to the ranch house at Lon Lon Ranch is not paved in any way. Cleaning blood off the ground would require disturbing the soil. Naturally, you found nothing of the sort. Bah! There wouldn't have been enough time to pull that off anyway. Likely true. Alright, sounds like the location of the crime scene is pretty firm. But I'm not giving up yet. There are only 3 people on the ranch. The victim, the defendant, and a worker who has an alibi for the time of the crime. What's the alibi? 3 people, you say? Guess that would have to be Mr. Ingo. Let me stop you before you start getting too excited. If you had listened to the rest of what the detective said, you'd notice she mentioned alibi. Indeed, we're pretty certain that the ranch worker couldn't have been involved. Well, what is this alibi then? You might remember that I brought up some outgoing milk shipments. While the worker, Ingo, was in charge of them, he left the ranch house first thing in the morning and was busy preparing the shipments after that. Is that so? Surely he could have gotten away from that for one really quick little murder. Bah! This wouldn't just be a quick little murder, as you so crudely put it. You'd have to have taken steps to hide his involvement too. There was definitely not enough time for that. Unfortunately, I agree. Preparing a shipment is a lot of work. You have to milk all the cows, clean all the bottles, pour the milk out into them, arrange them onto crates, and finally load it up all into a wagon. Usually I had to do it together with Father to finish before the courier arrived. Hi, Phelan. A nice little 15-minute murder break. State-mandated murder break. The shipments were already ready when we arrived at the ranch. When we checked the boxes, they were all fully loaded with filled milk bottles. So this Ingo was able to do the work of 2 people all on his own. Isn't that a bit odd? Odd or not, he evidently did just that. Clearly, he's a man dedicated to his job. Or perhaps the girl and her father are just very inefficient. This whole thing seems awfully suspicious if you ask me, but I guess I have nothing to dispute it with. The defendant was found unconscious right in front of the victim, who was bleeding out onto the floor. Malin fainted. Correct. We couldn't get her to wake up for a long time. Eventually we decided to administer a healing fairy so she could be questioned. Guess finding the body was just that much of a shock, huh? Ha! Probably just pretending, trying to make it look like she had merely found the body. In any event. Furthermore, she was holding a weapon. Without a doubt, that's what was used to kill the victim. Without a doubt. How can we be so sure of this? Look at the autopsy report. Deep, irregular wound made with a sharp metal object. A saw was the only sharp implement in the ranch house that could procure such a wound. And, as I've already mentioned, we also looked closely at all other sharp things on the ranch. None had recent blood on them. That still doesn't necessarily mean the saw was the murder weapon. Maybe the real culprit hid the real one. Oh yeah? Prove it then! Show us the real murder weapon! Well, I definitely don't have any way to do that. Still, something bothers me about that saw. So, you have nothing? What a waste of time. She seems like such a bright girl, it's most unfortunate. She sure is. We've known each other for years. Yet she murdered her father in cold blood, how curious. Perhaps you're just bad judges of character, both of you. No way! Just give me some time and I'm going to prove it. Do you see anything wrong yet? Well, usually it's difficult to find anything wrong with the basic facts of the case. That said, I do think I saw... one small thing. Really? That's great! It sure is, because I've got to poke all the holes I can find before the princess gets here. Well, there are knives in the ranch equipment. They could have been cleaned. This evidence reveals a clear contradiction to the testimony, Your Honor. Oh, we fucked it. I must say I can't see anything clear there. Bah! The only thing that's clear here is your incompetence. Ah! I guess I must be on the wrong track. Maybe the autopsy report? I mean, I don't know how presenting the saw would show the contradiction here. We could also present the inventory list. There is buckets, but no bottles, I guess. I don't think. Isn't the saw clean of blood? I figured they cleaned it. Oh, this seems like a fairly large oversight. I did see that it said clean of blood and that they found it with blood, but I guess they wouldn't temper and clean up the murder weapon for no fucking reason. Oh, this seems like a fairly large oversight. Just want to make sure of something. The state the saw is currently in is how you found it at the crime scene. That's correct. That's strange, considering how much the victim bled out and how deep his wound was. Why is there no blood on the supposed murder weapon? Is that all you have? Huh? Naturally, the prosecution has an explanation for why the saw is clean. Behold! This cloth was found in the defendant's other hand. As you can plainly see, it is stained with blood. The defendant simply wiped the murder weapon in a futile attempt to hide her involvement. If Malin was trying to hide her involvement, why didn't she just leave the crime scene? Bah! Obviously, she was trying to hide the body before the royal visitation arrived at the ranch. Unfortunately for her, it just so happened that the delegation arrived quite a bit earlier than scheduled. In a panic, she quickly wiped the saw off and pretended to faint to make it look like she just stumbled upon the scene. Gah! Young lady, things are not looking very good for you right now. Court accepts the bloody cloth into the evidence. So, what's the story with this cloth? Well, as I was doing a final check around the ranch, I noticed that part of the fence around the horse paddock was damaged. Not entirely sure when that happened, but sometimes one of the horses just gets a bit too rowdy, you know? Right. Anyway, I didn't want to bother Mr. Ingo about it, so I tried to cut up a new rail by myself to patch it up. But then the saw slipped and I cut my hand open. Oh goodness, are you okay? Well, it wasn't that bad. It did bleed quite a lot though, so I used that cloth to quickly bandage the wound. I was actually going into the ranch house to ask Father to help me with the fence. Ha! A likely story. And impossible to verify now, of course. The Shika force had to use a fairy on the defendant to get her out of her supposed unconsciousness. I do have to give her some credit. She's one cunning woman. She knew that would explain a sudden lack of any wound on her hand. Why, yes, fairies are wonderful. Just the other day I slapped my hand with a gavel, and one took the pain off immediately. Great, glad to know they're used for such important things. But dang it. Too bad there's no way to tell whose blood is on the cloth. Gavel? Okay. I do believe this matter has been settled. I'm ready to call my next witness. Uh-oh. Is that all I can get out of her? You served your purpose, Shika. Be gone. Fine. But you had best treat her highness with respect, or I'll see to it that you spend the night in the dungeons. Do not presume to threaten me, Shika. A night of darkness and solitude would be nothing but comfort for me. Is that so? And perhaps we should fill the dungeons with lit candles for the occasion. They're glaring daggers at each other. If this doesn't end soon, we're all in trouble. Order! Order! I'm sure we'll treat the princess with utmost respect. You may step down, detective. Well, before we talk to Zelda, though, we need to run an ad break. Yippee! I will be right back. I'm back. Thank you all for waiting through the ads. I appreciate it. Do you think he said what in tarnation before his dying breath? Yes, absolutely. This case has already made me weary with all this pointless jabber. The time is right to deal the final blow. I call Her Highness, Princess Zelda of Hyrule, to the stand. matter? Why is everyone quiet all of a sudden?
Your Highness. I believe we're all just a bit uncertain on how to proceed. It is quite the honor to have such an esteemed guest in these halls.
Bah! In the face of the law, the princess is no different from a peasant. Name and occupation, now! Prosecution will behave. I will not have any derogatory statements directed at the princess. Derogatory? I simply wish not to waste any more time. We must employ proper procedure. Oh, now you care. Oh, man. It is all right, Detective. I believe the prosecution does have a point. In the eyes of the law, we are all equals. On this stand, I am just another witness. I should not be getting any special treatment.
Very admirable, Your Highness. We can all rest easy knowing that Hyrule is destined to have such a wise monarch in its future.
Yes, indeed. I eagerly await the day when our next ruler takes the throne and reshapes the kingdom in their image. Ganondorf. You flatter me, prosecutor. Now then, I believe I was asked for my name and occupation. I am Zelda, current princess of Hyrule and heir to the throne. She's 14. So she is younger than Link, I guess.
Marvelous, Your Highness. Before we begin, I would just like to know, why were you at London Ranch to witness this terrible incident?
It is simple, really. London Ranch is Hyrule Castletown's biggest food supplier. Not only that, but the ranch also equips Hyrule's royal guard with the finest of horses. Every year, the royal family makes a visit as a gesture of goodwill and to ensure the quality of the steeds. Wow, I didn't know your horses were used by the royal guard. Yeah, we work hard every year to make sure they're in the best possible condition. Father loved to boast about it to the other ranch owners. Huh. Knowing Talon, I'm sure he did. How unfortunate that the ranch may no longer meet the crown's high standards under new management. The royal family has a backup, I trust. We are looking for one. Naturally, those standards are quite high.
Yes, of course. Now then, please describe what you saw on the day of the incident.
Very well, here I go. The scene behind the door. I arrived at Lon Lon Ranch a little after 8 a.m., accompanied by my royal guards. I remember being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch house and went inside. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some kind of crystal bottle on top of it. But in front of the table, a terrifying scene was unveiling. The defendant hacked at the ranch owner's chest with the saw she was holding. Well, that's not right. Because he died at 8, and they arrived shortly after 8. I was overcome with fear, and I screamed. I will never forget what I saw that day. I heard that Talon and his daughter were incredibly kind. I can't believe she would commit such horrible violence. What?
Oh my, you saw the very moment the victim was killed.
There you go! Decisive testimony. As there's no need to doubt the princess's statement, I call for the judge to make a ruling right away. Hey, now, hold on. You made Zelda younger so it wouldn't be as weird for her to act like this and then turn it into a plot point. You'll see. Oh my god, Devin chat! Alright, looking forward to it. Hey, now, hold on. I didn't get to cross-examine the witness yet. You haven't, fool, because there's no need. Did you not hear that one word of what I said? Didn't you just say we should follow all the procedures and treat the princess like any other witness? There's the defense's right. This is the defense's right, even. I can't read.
I believe the defense has a point. They do have every right to perform a cross-examination, no matter who is testifying.
I was quite looking forward to this part myself. I've only ever read about court proceedings in the Royal Library.
That being said, I will not tolerate any reckless accusations towards the princess. Is that clear?
Naturally, Your Honor. When we're going to cross-examine the princess isn't going to end well. It's gotten into the prosecutor. It seemed like a rather intense outburst. Well, I do have a guess. Oh? Because of the prince's status, it's possible that Dragmire didn't have an opportunity to discuss her testimony with her. It might mean that this testimony is a surprise even to him. This could be my chance.
Before we begin, there's just one thing that caught my attention. I believe the princess mentioned seeing some kind of glass bottle at the crime scene.
That would be this, I presume. Stop withholding evidence, you dickhead! Why, yes, that is exactly it. What is that? Oh, this is the bottle of perfume that father intended to gift to her highness when she arrived. He quickly rode out of town to get it at the last moment. We didn't know that the princess was coming instead of the king until only 2 hours before the visitation. Oh, how thoughtful. He really did not need to bother himself so.
As fascinating as all this is, the prosecution doesn't believe it's relevant to the case.
It's good to have a full picture of the crime scene. The defense requests the bottle be accepted into evidence.
Bah! Desperate to latch onto every little thing, are you?
Whatever. You can add it to the evidence, it'll make you happy. No skin off my teeth.
In that case, the courts accept this bottle into evidence. Now then, defense, begin your cross-examination.
I've been really enjoying this romhack so far, Mr. Dev. This is such a labor of love, I love it. A little after A. Do we just immediately go for the objection? I'll press her a little bit first. These guys were with Her Highness, why would they not called as witnesses? We did question the gods, naturally. Apparently, they didn't get to see anything relevant. I was the only one to enter the crime scene. After seeing what was inside, I stood guard and insisted that no one be allowed inside until the Sheikah force arrived. I've read that preserving the scene is vital.
Quite correct.
I'm sure the guards were absolutely thrilled with this order.
Let's proceed, witness.
I'll press her on everything just out of curiosity. I'm being surprised how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. Where's Ingo? I guess he was preparing the bottles. Have you conducted these royal visitations in the past, Your Highness? No, this was my first one. Up until last year, my father was always the one to visit Lon Lon Ranch. However, he decided I had to start preparing for all the royal duties that await me, and so I was to do it this time. You will doubtlessly perform admirably as ruler when the time comes. What happened when you got to the ranch house? This was the best thing I played last year. That's high praise. Last year was a great year for games. I said that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch house and went inside. And? What then?
Stop interrupting and let her get to the point. Friends, I believe I was clear about not badgering the witness.
Drat, I need to calm down. It was mostly empty. I was at a table with some kind of crystal bottle. So that's the perfume. I paid attention to something like that after seeing a murder princess. Well, I spent a rather long time in there waiting for the Sheikah force to arrive. Plus, that bottle is quite beautiful. It just stood out. But in front of the table, a terrifying scene was unveiling. The defendants hacked at the ranch owner's chest with the saw she was holding. You were there at the exact time of the murder, Your Highness. That is correct. It's impossible! You're lying! The defendant will curb her outburst. You're addressing royalty. This is really bad. What now? Accuse Zelda. I'll ask about the crime scene, I guess. Well, I thought it was outside. Are you sure there wasn't anyone else at the ranch, Your Highness? No, the place looked empty. Although I did later see a worker pull up a loaded wagon when a courier came asking about milk shipments. He caused a little bit of a scene when the Sheikah force started inspecting it. The worker must have been somewhere else on the ranch, I suppose. The ranch is pretty large. Sedwaka was inside a building on the other side. It's quite understandable she wouldn't have seen him until later. God, this really doesn't give me a whole lot to work with. I might as well ask the other questions. Where were the victim and the defendant at this time? The ranch owner was in front of a little table that is directly across from the entrance door. The defendant was right in front of it and quickly fainted after her attack. A large pool of blood started forming where the victim was. I had a rather good view of the whole scene. Right. It is as unfortunate as it is fortunate that you could see the whole thing in such detail. Now, please continue. I want to do it so bad! Well, if you were there alone, how can we know you didn't do it? Accusing the princess? Pathetic. The defense is truly grasping at straws. Yeah, I am, so what? You fool! You think a child could overpower a grown adult? One who does hard manual labor every day. Ah, there you go. And besides, why would the princess even want to take the life of a measly ranch owner? And not just any ranch owner, one that the crown had a most successful business relationship with. Idiotic, simply idiotic. Well, maybe the crown wanted the ranch for themselves?
As the defense lost their mind! Ceases line of questioning immediately.
Perhaps the penalty will disabuse the defense from further unsubstantiated accusations. No, it's fine, No, then perhaps the defense wants to bid farewell to their head. I hear traitors are dealt with swiftly these days. The gulp sound effect's great. Accepts my most sincere apologies. I don't know what came over me.
Nonetheless, I believe a penalty is still very much warranted.
Worth it. Well, that was a stupid thing to say! I was overcome with fear and I screamed. I'll never forget what I saw that day. Right, the talent and his daughter were incredibly kind. I cannot believe she would commit such horrible violence. You sure got a good look then, Your Highness. You didn't look away in panic. The princess was very brave to take control of the situation the way she did. There is no need to doubt what she saw. Yes, I suppose what she did was admirable. Only you had arrived earlier. Your Highness, don't blame yourself for this. If you'd arrived earlier, you could have been the one that got attacked. Ha! So you would have lashed out at anyone trying to stop you, huh? Despicable! That's not what she meant, and you know it. Princess, please go on. And then here's the last line. At the talent and his daughter were incredibly kind. I cannot believe she would commit such horrible violence. Trust your heart, your highness, your kindness. You know Malon didn't do this. What nonsense! Her heart? What do her organs have to do with anything? Oh, of course! Evidence and testimony be damned, just because we feel the defendants must be innocent.
Oh, well, if you're sure, then I declare today's verdict.
Have you gone senile, old man? Ganon does have the Von Karma cut. Yeah, he does. It's perfect, man. It's perfect. It was a joke, much like the arguments the defense has been presenting. I can't believe the princess would lie like this. Yeah, it really is shocking. You don't believe her, right? Even if she's the princess, that means nothing. To trust authority or your best friend. Need something very concrete to disprove what the princess is saying. Now, obviously this doesn't match up with her arriving and the autopsy report. So I will present the autopsy report for the time of her arrival and hope that that works. Your Honor, Your Highness, I believe I found something that doesn't quite match up with the facts. Let's go! How dare you question the princess?
You will let the defense speak, prosecutor.
He's so smug. I think I see why he so desperately wanted to prevent this cross-examination now. Your Highness, you say that you arrived at the ranch shortly after 8 AM, correct? Yes, the visit was scheduled for 8:30 exactly, but we were quite a bit early. I see, that makes something you mentioned quite impossible. As cited by the autopsy report, the victim definitely died before 8 AM. You couldn't have seen that the defendant attacked the ranch owner because the victim was already dead by then.
Order! Order!
Yes, you've really caught her in a lie.
Your Highness, what is the meaning of this? While I wholeheartedly respect and serve the crown, I will nonetheless not tolerate lies in my court.
I have not lied, I suppose I did not see the exact moment it happened. I guess I only thought I did. Princess, it's a matter of life and death! I definitely saw the defendant there, though, along with the body. There's no one else who could have done it. I remember all of the other details correctly. The body's on the floor, the pool of blood. You have to believe me.
Perhaps it'll be best if Her Highness revises her testimony.
That's not good. There's still not enough doubt to overturn this testimony. I'll have to find something else, or this case will be over. Hey, Hylian, you're in this! You're in this romhack! Can you believe it? What I actually saw. I'm sorry for embellishing the truth a little bit. I did not see the actual moment of the attack, but it had to have happened shortly before I went into the ranch house. Miss Mel and her father were the only ones at the scene of the crime, so she must be the culprit. Now remember this gig? You're guarding the courtroom.
I see. You only saw the aftermath of the scene, not the actual crime being committed. Very well. Hopefully there are no issues in your testimony this time. Defense, it is time for your cross-examination.
Naturally, Your Honor. Dagmar still looks pretty angry. I bet he didn't expect such a blatant contradiction to pop up. If I could just find another one like that, the princess's testimony could become completely untrustworthy in the eyes of the judge.
Yes, yes.
Why did you do that, Your Highness? There's a life on the line here. I really am sorry. I suppose I got a bit too excited about being a witness in an actual murder trial. Really now? Most people hate testifying. Yes, well, the life of a princess is rather boring, you know? It's quite the break from the routine for me. Should just get a hobby then. But I'll see the actual moment of the attack. In that case, it can't be conclusively proven that the defendant did it. But friends, did you exhaust your singular brain cell in that last contradiction you found? There's a Death Mountain's worth of evidence pointing to the defendant. Oh, that's pretty good! Just because no one saw the actual moment of the crime doesn't mean anyone else could have done it. I think you're making a Death Mountain out of a Death Mole. But it had to have happened shortly before I went to the ranch house. Why? How could you be so sure of that, Princess? Well, when I entered the ranch house, the victim still had the murder weapon embedded into his body. Wrong! Wrong! What? It is obvious what that means, is it not? The killer did not even have enough time to hide the weapon. Yes, I might not have seen the murder firsthand, but I must have been very close to doing so.
Oh my. Seems like a very important detail. I think it would be advisable for Her Highness to amend her testimony.
Certainly, Your Honor. Interesting. Dragmire certainly doesn't look very happy about this development, does he? He's about to have a heart attack. Thinking about it, I might just know why.
Yes. Because the murder weapon was found in her hands.
But I want to press her on everything. I want to read all the dialogue. That doesn't necessarily mean that my client was the one to do it, though. What if someone else snuck in before Malon and the princess arrived? Well, I suppose... London Ranch is surrounded by high walls, and the only way in is through a self-locking gate. Not very many people have a key to that gate, just the personnel and the crown. Well, someone could have forced their way in. Bah! If you wish to propose such a possibility, you must substantiate it with evidence. You've any proof that another person showed up at the ranch house before the princess? No, don't kill me! I don't. I don't. Well... I guess Talon himself... But I guess that counts as personnel. I'll go for it. Of course I do. It's completely irrelevant. But... Another person at the scene of the crime! Oh! Never mind. I mean, if it's anything, it's the perfume bottle, but I don't think it applies here. These are the traces of that. No! Stop giving me the generic line! Shows you've no trace of evidence to go on. Yes, I'm afraid I can't really trace your logic. You can't? I think my logic makes complete sense. He could have left the gate unlocked after he got the potion, not the potion, the perfume bottle in a hurry. Clown and her father were the only ones at the scene of the crime, so she must be the culprit. I suppose it matches the detective's account, doesn't it? Found Melon's hands. I believe I found another reason to doubt the witness's words. Seems the prosecution sees what I'm getting at here. There was a bloody cloth discovered at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has argued before that it was used to wipe the saw clean. If the princess saw the saw lodged into Talon's body, and the crime scene was left intact, then it couldn't have been wiped! Well, Prosecutor Dragmire, care to explain? Ah!
This is most perplexing. Your Highness, are you sure that's what you saw?
Well, maybe the princess decided to pull the saw out in a valiant yet futile attempt to save the victim. And then wipe the blade clean.
That would be almost like framing the defendant.
Of course I didn't know such thing. I made sure the crime scene stayed intact. I guess I must have made up the memory about the saw sticking out of Mr. Talon as well.
You idiotic girl! Do you even realize what you've done through your bumbling?
I'm sorry. I was just so excited to stand as a witness in court just this once. Whenever I try telling my father about anything, he always seems so disinterested. Just this once, I wanted to feel listened to. Ah, poor Zelda. She's a true crime fanatic. The defendant, it is clear that she did it. I just wanted to play a larger part in her capture. I'm sorry for the trouble I have caused you all. So a woman. I will choose not to read into that message further. Yeah, hence why she's a baby. It would be too out of character for adult Zelda. Yeah, you're right. And I mean, child Zelda also had like a sense of wanting to be involved with like the whole Ganondorf thing early on when they were kids. When Link first approached her.
Your Highness, court is no place for silly games. As it stands, I'm afraid we'll have to strike your statements from the court record completely.
Yes! I did it! Prosecution lost their key witness. God forbid a princess be a true crime girly. That's right. No, please wait. I have more to say. I was wrong about the crime scene. I still have not testified about what I saw afterwards.
Bah! Why would we care about that?
It's best that you leave and stop damaging my case with your idiocy. Even if you're not interested in my words, you might be interested in the evidence I found.
What?
So weird that she's still young in this? I don't know, it's not weird, it's just different.
Huh? Evidence?
Of course! While the Sheikah force investigated inside the ranch house, I looked around the rest of the ranch on my own.
Sheikah! Did you know about this?
Of course I did. You did?
I'll have your head for this!
Wow. What a thing to say to the princess. Or to her guard.
Order, order! What is the meaning of this, detective? Why have you withheld this from the court?
It's quite simple. The princess specifically requested to present her finding on her own.
What? And you agreed to this? This court is not some playground where children decide when evidence should be presented just because they have a crown.
It's being rude about it, but I can't help but agree with Dragmire on this one. Also, I don't really buy this story. There's no way Impa would have allowed this. Believe me, I wasn't thrilled with the request either. However, after seeing the evidence in question, I didn't think it would be at all important to the case. Thus, I let the princess have her fun. Aww.
This is highly, highly irregular. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Prosecutor?
Bah! Naturally, I object to this nonsense. If the detective thinks it's irrelevant, then this is probably just a waste of time. All the evidence points to the defendant. It's still clear she did it, even without a witness at the scene.
I see. Defense?
What do we do? If we object to presenting the evidence, then Dragmire loses his key witness. Plus, whatever the princess presents could be bad for our case, too. So we should agree with the prosecution? Well, on the other hand, we don't really have much to go on. This could be our only lead left. Well, don't keep us waiting. Surely you won't throw away all the progress you've made thus far? I will request the evidence. We're to find the truth. I really hope this is the right choice. The defense requests that the evidence be presented. What? Well, I agree that the situation is irregular. We should still examine all evidence available. It would be silly to dismiss it as irrelevant without even seeing what it is.
I don't believe you have a point, defense.
Again, very faithful to how stupid the judge is in Ace Attorney.
However, I must warn you, in order to admit this piece of evidence into the court record, the princess's statement that she found it must be admitted as testimony, along with everything else she might say.
Yes, Your Honor, I am well aware. The defense wishes to give the princess just one more chance. For the idiotic foolish!
Order! Very well, then. Your Highness, please testify once more about the new piece of evidence you found during your own investigation.
Thank you. I will not let you down this time, I promise. The princess should understand the gravity of the situation at hand now. I just hope this new evidence isn't damaging to our case. My findings. I wish to express my most heartfelt apologies for my mistakes in the earlier testimony. Upon entering the ranch house, I saw the defendant passed out in front of the victim who was bleeding out. I stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Once the Sheikah started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had to stop to see where it was coming from. I followed the scent and found a burned-out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil.
Lamp oil? Rope?
Interesting.
You want it? It's yours, my friend.
I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. And here it is. The oil bottle I found. Is something wrong? No, this would actually be completely irrelevant.
Yes, well...
Of course there is, foolish girl! This has nothing to do with the case! Your great findings are some random fire on a ranch, please! What next? Are you going to declare every rake on the premises suspicious? Well,
Prosecution will calm down.
This is bad. Your Honor, despite the fact that this evidence might not seem to add anything at the moment, the defense still asserts its right to a cross-examination. Some straws have been grasped. Why must you insist on the charade, defense? The princess has merely recounted the same view of the crime scene as the head detective. You haven't been able to find any contradictions in her statements. I believe there might be a way to tie the princess's new evidence into the case. Ridiculous! He's so cute when he does the little, like, head scratch animation. It's really cute.
Regardless of what the prosecution thinks, the defense does have a right to a cross-examination. The court admits the oil bottle into evidence. I just really hope this isn't a complete waste of time, defense. For both your own sake and your client's.
Excuse me. Upon entering the ranch, I saw the defendant passed out in front of the victim who was bleeding out. Stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Jay started investigating the crime scene. I decided to take a look around the ranch. I was nearing the site. I stopped the odor in the air. I had to stop to see where it was coming from. Felt the scent. And found a burnout fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. God, such a banger. I'm just gonna make a save state really quick. But it shouldn't be an issue with the autosave. Oh. There's no need to press the princess on her apology. You already wasted the chance to throw out her testimony.
Yes, defense, please get to the point.
Yikes. Is there anything else in the room? Oh god, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Oh, the beautiful little crystal bottle I mentioned before. The house is rather barren. Most of your things are on the top floor since the downstairs room is mostly used for ranch business these days. And the occasional game. Ah, of course! That's famous Cuckoo game. Good old days. Aww. Is the defense done reminiscing? There will be plenty of time to do that when the defendant's behind bars. Just trying to distract myself from the fact that there's nothing to latch onto here. So guard the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Well, when did they arrive? Anything happened during that time? No, not that I recall. The guards did occasionally protest and asked me to let them take over, but I held my stance. Well, commendable in theory, staying in the same room as a dangerous killer isn't very wise. What if she woke up and lashed out at you?
Sweet highly up above.
That thought did not occur to me. Bah, of course not. Foolish girl. But the guards did stand close by. I would have been safe.
Wonderful to see how much faith our princess has in our royal guard.
Yes, of course I do. In any case. Hylian, you're getting some serious rep here. Since Sheikah started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. You didn't just go home? The royal visitation was supposed to last a lot longer, but I was not expecting us back at the castle until much later. I came to the ranch to examine the horses, so I supposed I could at least do that in the meantime. How long did it take the Sheikah to arrive at the scene? It does not take very long to make the trip from Hyrule Castletown to Lon Ranch. I can't imagine it was more than 20 minutes. It is pretty fast. Although I imagine the fact that the princess was involved helped speed it up. Slowpokes! I would be there in half that time, running backwards even! Okay, this might be the best ROM hack ever. Care to show us? Can we get a live presentation, please? I suppose it's no surprise, though. Hylian horses are naturally inferior to our flying Gerudo steeds. The Gerudo buy horses from... Just don't bother, he's trying to rally you up. It's because if you run backwards while targeting in Ocarina of Time, you run faster. I was walking near the silo. I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had to stop to see where it was coming from. What was the smell like? Oh, it was awful. A really terrible stench. Surely you don't mean to say that you found the smell of horse manure suspicious? Don't be ridiculous. The smell was not coming from the horses. I followed the scent and found a burned out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. A fire, huh? Now, let me remind you, Defense, there's any number of reasons why a fire could have been there. You can still feel the cold grasp of death early in the morn. Princess, how long would you estimate the fire had been out before you found it? Right, there was still smoke rising out from the ashes, so it must have been put out recently. It's around the time of the crime. Someone prepared their breakfast there. I repeat, this fire is irrelevant. No, it's not! I think he's realizing the same thing I did. Well, who was it? Who could have lit that fire anyway? It would have to been that ranch worker who was putting the milk shipments together at the time. It was almost certainly him. If you really want to ask about this little barbecue, you might just get your wish soon. Doesn't sound like it was very appetizing. But without anything concrete to pin on him, he'll just be able to brush it off. I, of course, took the ball straight to the head detective. Right, and she allowed you to present it? Well, I was the one to find it, and since I was going to the trial anyway... Utter ridiculousness.
Yes, please make this the last time you do something like this, Your Highness. Proper procedures exist for a reason.
Yes, I understand.
Friends, I believe that is enough. It doesn't seem like you're getting any closer to finding a connection between this fire and the crime.
I am! I just wanted to see all the dialogue!
No, I suppose not, Your Honor.
Naturally. I've said this was a waste of time from the beginning.
In that case, this cross-examination is over. Thank you for your time, Your Highness. I assume we have no more revelations to share with us?
No, I do not. I really thought the fire would be important.
Leave my sight!
Enough! Your Highness, if you'd allow me to escort you back to Hyrule Castle. No! Let me object! The inventory doesn't say anything about the bottle!
But the princess's little game is over. We should move this along. Prosecution stance is still the same, of course. We maintain that the evidence on its own is enough to convict the defendant. I believe I'm nearly ready to hand down my verdict.
But, Your Honor, there's nothing that definitely shows that Malon committed the crime. This is all circumstantial. There's no way she could kill her own father.
Ah, there's an excellent point, defense. The prosecution has yet to elaborate on the defendant's motive. Patricide is not something a common person commits. A person commits commonly. There we go. Sorry, I can't speak.
Bah! I did briefly touch on the subject during my opening statement. But naturally, the prosecution is fully prepared to elaborate on the matter. I would like to call in my third witness. Has to be that ranch worker. Before calling him in, though, the prosecution requests a brief recess to prepare. Thought you said you were already prepared. He wants to double check that his new witness won't pull anything weird like the princess did.
Very well, I do believe a break would benefit us all. The court will reconvene after a 15-minute recess. Court is adjourned.
The animations are really good. They're incredibly faithful to Ace Attorney. It's amazing. See, there you are, Hylian! There in the background! 11:17 a.m. Hyrule Grand Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. It's not going all that well, is it? No, I think that went about as well as it could have actually, given the circumstances. We exposed the worst of the princess's testimony as untrue. Ugh, I can't believe she just make up stuff like that. Yeah, that was surprising. So the issue is that we didn't manage to shake the core of the argument. If only there was anyone else in that house. Now, there's no need to look so glum. Detective, aren't you supposed to be escorting the princess back? The carriage is being prepared. I thought I'd drop by in the meantime. You've really managed to make Dragmire furious, you know? I have. If you listen carefully, you just might be able to hear him ranting over in the prosecutor's lobby. He's really giving his upcoming witness a grilling. Expect him to try to shut you down as fast as he can. Well, that would be worrying if I had anything he could shut down in the first place, I guess. Oh, but you do? What do you mean? Oh, come on now. I'm talking about the prince's grand discovery, of course. The fire, I wasn't able to do anything with that. Really think it's relevant? Don't get me wrong. At present, I'm convinced the girl did it. We investigated and came to this conclusion for a reason. But I am willing to explore every possibility. The fire is definitely a bit strange, and I dare say it may be your only way out of this. But maybe so bold, I think you should press the next witness on that topic hard. As the only other person working on the ranch at the time, he's the only one who could have lit that fire. If he is hiding something, I think the court deserves to know. The thing is, the next testimony is about the motive. It's going to be difficult to bring up the fire again without Dragmire objecting. You'll have to make it work. As much as I don't like it, she's right. There really isn't a whole lot else to go on here. Well, thank you. Don't mention it. One last thing. You, ranch girl. Me? Try not to hold that testimony against the princess. Believe me, I am sure she was acting with the best of intentions in mind. You really know the road to the Dark Realm is paved with those, right? Perhaps. It was definitely a serious lapse of judgment. One she will live to regret. Part of this comes from the fact that she's rather sheltered and inexperienced. After the sudden death of her older sister last year, she was thrust into the role of an heir very suddenly. Oh! That's right, the mysterious death of the firstborn Princess Zelda. There you go, chat. No more complaining. This is the second Zelda. Hero still grieves after the events of that day. And yet no one knows what exactly happened. In the void of information, conspiracy theories run amok, people blaming the royal guard, the Sheikah, and even the king himself. The princess will soon have a whole kingdom's worth of troubles on her shoulders. For a kingdom with a history as turbulent as ours, it's a lot to handle. We're working on the second, which will be the last one. Awesome! Well, I'm looking forward to it. I know this is a lot of work, but I'm glad to hear there'll be more. Princess's conduct today probably won't help with the distrust some people have for the crown right now, though. She's wise beyond her years. She will learn, and she will be better. I simply ask that you don't think of her as an enemy, whatever comes of this trial. She does not need more than she already has. It makes sense, because the dev also said this is taking place 14 years after Ocarina of Time. And the Zelda 2 is 14 years old. Oh, she's so intense. I never expected to see Impa get so emotional. Well, after Ocarina of Time would have happened. I guess all this is why she decided to take the blame for the princess' impromptu investigation. Detective Impa. What is it, soldier? I'm quite busy at the moment, so please be quick. The investigation team back at the ranch has just sent word of a new development. Something about a milk shipment being returned to the ranch because of a wrong recipient address. They're asking you to come over to see it. Oh, those idiots. Sorry, I was clearing my keyboard, no worries. I don't have time for this. Send someone else. I have to escort the princess to the castle. Roger. That did remind me, though. I took this bottle of milk from a couple guards who were slacking on the job earlier. Here, ranch girl. Perhaps it'll help calm your nerves somewhat. Not to worry, it's still unopened. Oh? Thank you. That's nice of her. Too bad for those guards, though. Now then, I believe the princess's carriage should be prepared by now. If you'll excuse me. I think I'm so nervous right now. Milk has just lost its flavor. Lost its flavor. It's not milk! But lemon milk is always so tasty. Are you sure it's just nerves? Let me try some. Huh. You're right. I assumed this would have come from one of yesterday's shipments. Probably. With the investigation at the ranch, there wouldn't be any today, so... Maybe it just isn't fresh? No, I don't think so. Doesn't really taste as if it's gone bad. Also, the guard said that one of yesterday's shipments was misaddressed, didn't he? And this was all handled by Ingo, wasn't it? There's something odd going on. I better make some notes about this in the court record.
Friends, the court's about to reconvene. Escort your client back to the courtroom at once.
Well, however, I need a quick 3-minute recess to run ads. Oh, Syra, thank you so much for the 130 stream streak. Thank you. I'm gonna take a break here. We're gonna run ads real quick, and then we'll continue on with the case. So I'll be right back, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Did I pay out the last coin flip? Yeah, we did. Okay, be right back. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm back. Hello, hello. Sorry. I spilled some coffee. I had to clean it up real quick. I was a little clumsy. But we're back. Escort your client back to the courtroom at once. Welcome back. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all waiting. Thank you so much. So it comes down to this. The conclusion's approaching. Time to turn the situation around. Hands shaking over the seriousness of the case. Yeah. It's life or death, Shotton!
Court is back in session for the trial of Ballad of Lunlund Ranch. I trust the prosecution's final witness is ready.
Naturally, I've personally seen to it that there will be no foolishness this time around. Hopefully his ears are intact. As we discussed before the recess, having established the opportunity and means for the defendant to have committed the murder only makes one matter remain. Oh, wait. Committed the murder, only one matter remains. There we go. The matter of motive, for naturally, such a heinous crime couldn't be the result of mere happenstance. Why is Ganon Shulk? Because I made Edgeworth really British in my Ace Attorney playthrough.
Yeah, I'm really feeling it.
The prosecution believes the defendant has a deep desire that pushed her to patricide. An ex-witness can shed light on the matter.
Fascinating, very well. Please proceed.
Prosecution calls the ranch worker Ingo to the stand. Just use the swing or slide during your recess. This music goes so hard. Well, I used to be more of a swing girly before I lost my arms, so I'm kind of shoehorned into the slide now. Well, I'm sure I could still use the swings if I tried hard enough. It's funny to see Mr. Ingo in such fancy clothes. Oh? Yeah, he almost always just wears his work dungarees? Dungarees? I've not heard this word before. Can't the ghost arms grab the swing? Yeah, but it's kind of hard to hold on to, I suppose. Weird physics. Dungarees. Is that a word for overalls? Yeah, I've just not heard it before. But I am ESL, to be fair. It's almost like looking at a different person. I guess he wanted to dress up for court, and he wouldn't want to get this nice outfit dirty by working in it. They make swings for small children! Put me in one of those, like, baby swings that have, like the whole car seat. Quiet, defense! Witness, state your name and occupation.
Your Honor, great honorable prosecutor. My name is Ingo. I mine Lunlund Ranch.
Mind? What does that entail exactly?
I'm mostly there to work on the structures and equipment. The owner and his daughter are the ones that tend to the animals and take care of orders.
How long have you been working at the ranch?
It'll be several years at this point.
I didn't mean to say you were small just at the seat of stable. No, it's just a funny image. Bro looks like a killer? Well... What is your first language? German! Well, technically my first language is German. See, I always like using the ESL excuse, but I don't really speak German very well anymore. I moved to the UK a little while ago. So now I'm just bad at 2 languages. There have been others who came and went, but I, Ingo, have preserved throughout all the hardships. Sounds like he wants a medal for it. Well, he does get a bit pompous at times, but Mr. Ingo really is a great help. He built the ranch's silo single-handedly. That's where he stores all the bodies. Whoa, that's some dedication. Very well. Given that you're clearly an important employee, you're privy to some inside information, is that correct? Well, yes, the ranch owner shared all the big plans with me. He trusted me implicitly. He used to say we're like a big family.
That sounds lovely.
Sounds like a red flag that you're gonna be getting loads of unpaid overtime. Evidently, not every member of your so-called family felt the same way, though, did they?
It hurts to do this, but I have no choice.
Hear my story, Honorable Court of Law. Alright, here we go. The independent movement of the eyebrows, this is great.
Just a couple days ago, the owner, Talon, partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malin.
Oh.
Talon became a life tenant, with Malin meant to inherit all of the assets after his death. As long as Talon lived, Malin could not sell the ranch. It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind. It's appalling how ungrateful she is after all Talon did for her.
Sounds like you wanted ownership of the ranch and killed him out of jealousy. Well, maybe he would have killed Malon out of jealousy, but I don't know. And there you have it. Testimony from a man who just lost... Hold on, I can't swap accents very well. And there you have it. Testimony from a man who just lost everything. Everything. I'm so terrible at swapping the voices.
It's truly tragic to witness yet another family torn apart by greed. We have evidence. We have the defendant caught red-handed at the scene of the crime, and now we have a motive.
How do we know he's telling the truth?
Bah! I have, of course,
verified the witness testimony. As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at the castle town notary office to be considered valid. I thought fit to prepare this for the trial. The prosecution would like to submit the Lon Ranch inheritance documents into evidence.
Stringo, why would you?
You pass judgment now, Judge. The defense has nothing. I would like to cross-examine the witness. There are a few more details that I feel are relevant.
But of course, ask whatever you like. I, the hard-working Ingo, can handle it.
Very well, defense. Please begin.
Hold on, I forgot I need to start dying while I read that sentence.
A matter of motive. He's dressed up for court. It's because your work clothes are bloodied. I'll hire the ranch. If she is unable to oversee it, divide the deed between the crown and the remaining employees.
Just a couple days ago, the owner Talon partially signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malin.
Partially.
How long ago was this exactly? 3-4 days? Not sure of the exact date.
Could have been planned for a long time?
Talon was getting on in years. Better take care of the matter sooner than later, eh?
Alon? He's telling the truth. Father scheduled a visit to the notary office about a week ago. What do you mean by partly witness?
Talon became a life tenant, with Malin meant to inherit all of the assets after his death.
Has Malin become the ranch owner yet?
Why, of course not. Haven't you heard all the stories making rounds recently? So many ungrateful brats throwing their old folks into retirement homes the moment ownership signed to them. Tom was no fool. I myself convinced him that it was the safer option. If the girl was up to some chicanery, he could always reverse his decision.
That's horrible. I'd never do that.
As much as I'd like to believe that, you did much worse but killing him. Children these days, you feed them, you raise them, and you put a sound like that as soon as you give them an inch over yourself.
I must concur. The younger generation is horrible. Why you look at me while saying that? Hi, Ars. Good morning.
Anyway, what that meant was, as long as Talon lived, Malin could not sell the ranch.
Why would Malin want to sell the ranch right now?
Why wouldn't she want to? Why would a pretty girl like her want to work on some dingy ranch? She'd have much better if she sold the old place and used the money and moved to Castle Town.
That's not true. I love working with the animals. I wouldn't leave them for anything.
Why? She's often slacking on the job, while I, the hard-working Ingo, have to cover for her. I guess Dick and Nut doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say. The town loves to sleep on the job, too. I do recall a quite funny story about the landlord ranch owner blocking the side entrance to Hyrule Castle for an entire day once. The guards couldn't wake him up. It took a particularly vocal Kuko, apparently.
Aw, so cute. Aw, jeez.
Well, there you go. I'm the real reason why the ranch is such a renown. Me, the hard-working Ingo.
I think that's not true at all. I know, but how do I stop this?
It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind.
Aw, that picture's so cute. Do you really think Malin would go that far?
I don't want to think it, but clearly the events speak for themselves, don't they?
Why wouldn't she just wait a few more years then?
Time was getting older. Perhaps she knew more and more work would be piling on to her. But really, how am I supposed to know? Ask her!
That's alright. Well, if Malin didn't want to work, wouldn't she have done this earlier? As Talon's only child, she'd still inherit the ranch.
That's where you're wrong. For a long time, Talon planned to split the ranch between the girl and the crown. It was a patriotic man. He knew how much those horses meant to the royal guard. I wish he hadn't changed his mind now.
He didn't change his mind. If she's unable to, if she's unable to oversee it, I see. I guess the idea is he frames Malin for murder. Malin can't oversee the ranch, and then the ranch is split between him and the crown. Is this true? Yes. Father's previous inheritance document did work that way.
How admirable!
I guess familiar bonds won over his drive to help the kingdom. Truly a shame.
Yes, naturally the girl wanted the whole thing, so she bided her time.
I think this sufficiently explains the timing. Let's continue, shall we? Hi, Colt. This romhack's so good. Wait just a moment. There's one more problem with the timing that I'd like the witness to explain. Ganon's smirk is so disgusting. I hate it so much. Great work. Why would Malin have planned a murder for the day of the royal visitation specifically? More people around means more witnesses. You'd think she would have chosen any other day.
Oh, did I forget to mention this? Over at town arguing with her that very morning, you saw her he changed his mind again. He was planning to tell the king that he'd been signing the ranch over to the crown. He'd be signing the ranch over to the crown. After the visitation was over, he'd head to Castle Town and change the inheritance back to the original split.
What? Despite Despite the victim's wishy-washiness, it would appear he didn't make the right choice in the end. And because of that choice, if the defendant wanted to get the ranch, she had no time to waste that day. Is this true too? Absolutely not! Father wasn't planning to do that, and there was no argument either! What to do about this argument then? I'll add it to the testimony, so I can press him about it more. There was an argument about the inheritance. That sounds like an important fact to me. The defense requested be added to the testimony.
Very well, witness, please do so.
I'd be happy to, Your Honor. I overheard them arguing about the inheritance that morning. About what time did this happen? First thing in the morning, I was heading out to the south to start the day's work. I just walked out the front door of the ranch house when I heard some yelling right behind me. Do you remember any specifics about what was said?
Oh yes, it surprised me enough that I stopped to listen for a minute. It was all like... "We're sorry, Malin, but the most important thing is to make sure the king will always have a steady supply of quality horses."
I don't care. What about me, Father? How could you do this to me?
Malin, this isn't just about you. It's for the good of the entire kingdom.
But what am I supposed to do? I can't move up in life. I'm stuck on this stump of ranch forever.
I thought you loved the ranch. All the animals are here, and Ingo's always around to help out with the chores, too. He's pretty great, isn't he?
Yeah, Angel's awesome, but I still hate you for this. This isn't over.
What a steering reenactment.
10 out of 10 acting, Myra. Thank you. I will keep my thoughts on the witness's acting skills to myself. There's no way this actually happened, though. Malin would never want to sell the ranch. Well, of course she'd say that now, you buffoon. Remember, she's under suspicion for murder! We can't trust the things she says! Well, I trust her, but the judge probably doesn't right now, and that's unfortunately what matters. Do you have anything in the court record that could refute the story? If you ask me, this whole inheritance issue could have been avoided if the crown wasn't so soft. In Gerudo Desert, there would be no question that the fortress may seize whatever it desires. That's just messed up! No matter. Continue testimony, farmhand. Shows us the true nature of the defendant. It's appalling how ungrateful she is after all town did for her.
Now you hold it. That man gave everything for her. She's gotten so many expensive presents over the years. Just look at that golden necklace she's wearing. That man spoiled her rotten. In fact, I think I saw another present he was meaning to give her on the very day she was killed. Another gift. The perfume! It was meant for Zelda! Why, yes, a little bottle of perfume, I believe. It's horrible. Tom's such a kind man. What happened to him is despicable.
Was that the last statement important? Your Honor, the defense wishes to add the statement about the perfume to the testimony.
Bah! What are you doing? Trying to implicate the defendant even harder?
I think it's an important detail.
The perfume is irrelevant! But I suppose the prosecution has no objections to strengthening our case. Very well, witness, please add what you just said to the testimony. Not often bought out gifts. I saw the latest one, some kind of perfume, I think.
Where did you see this?
I think it was just lying around the ranch house. You mean at the scene of the crime? Tom probably intended to give it to Mountain on the day he was killed.
Do you mean this, witness?
Why, yes, that's exactly it. Looks very expensive. If only Town had to spend as much on his salary for me, the hard work in Ango. I get up and leave to do work at the break of dawn every day, you know.
He bought that bottle shortly before he was killed. What's your relationship with this guy anyway? Well, he's been employed and living with us on the ranch for as long as I can remember, really. you know, I don't think he's ever even skipped a day of work thinking about it. Not a single one? Talk about dedication. But even so, something is very much off here. So, I think he went out and got that bottle while Ingo was supposed to be preparing the milk, right? And it was supposed to be a gift for the princess. So Ingo could simply be wrong about the fact that who the gift is for, but it was bought right before the crime. So he must have been at the crime scene right before, or maybe while it happened. Witness! What is it? Just to confirm, you say that this bottle of perfume was bought for Malon by her father, correct? What else would it be for? I assure you, Talon wasn't the type to indulge in perfumes. Far from it. Well, you're wrong, witness.
Oh, is that so? Is the rancher truly a perfume connoisseur?
Shut up! No, Your Honor. That bottle of perfume was bought for the princess! I think that Ingo not skipping work is related to Lady's marriage. So what, defense? Sure, it's technically a contradiction, but what does the purpose of this bottle change?
Yes, defense, I admit I'm confused as well. Please explain why this point is important.
Earlier in the trial, Malon mentioned that Talon bought this perfume in preparation last minute. Isn't that right, Malon? It sure is. We had a gift for the king prepared when the news arrived that it would actually be the princess making the visitation. Father quickly rode into town to get a new gift. So if it puts one thing into question, somebody's movements. Someone's movements around the ranch are put into serious doubt.
Someone's? Well, don't keep us waiting then, defense. Who is this person?
Naturally, the person whose movements become suspect is Ingo. Because he allegedly had an alibi for the time of the murder, but he wouldn't have seen the perfume bottle unless he was in the room right before the murder happened. The witness himself. If you recall, this bottle of perfume which had just been purchased was found at the crime scene. A crime scene the witness supposedly never went to. He shouldn't have known about the bottle. The remix usually has been so good. I do believe the music is on the website as well. You can download it. Here you go. It's at the very bottom. You can download the soundtrack. Now start ripping your hair out!
Order, order! Defense raises a very valid point.
You simpleton! What is the meaning of this? Well, witness, did you go to the scene of the crime at any point?
No, of course I didn't. I was working in the silo all day.
I remember I saw the gift the day before the crime. The girl's lying. Talon must have gotten the gift the day before. You're the one who's lying. Father didn't leave the ranch at all that day.
One word against another's defense. Do you have any way to prove that your version of events is true?
Well, the receipt would be the perfect proof. When you buy something, you usually get a receipt, and the receipt always shows the date of purchase. It might still be at the ranch house. I say we send someone out to look for it. Father never throws the receipts away. We have a drawer full of them. The perfume one should be right on top. Unless the perfume receipt was the thing that he burned! Well, that would be crazy, though. I would just burn the murder weapon. But then again, if it's a sharp object made of metal, you can't really burn it.
I believe this idea has some merit. Soldiers, rush out to the ranch house immediately and search for that receipt.
Your Honor!
Yes? What is it, soldier?
I've just received the receipt from the source station at the crime scene.
Very well, thank you. I shall now read it out.
There's a lot writing on this.
From Tingo's Mysterious Smells!
I expected maybe like the potion maker or something, not Tingle.
Ah, yes, I think I've seen that store. It's that eccentric-looking place in the back alley.
You couldn't miss the blinding neon colors if you tried. It's an otter I saw. The gal of this nobody running a monopoly on high-end perfumes preposterous.
Perhaps, but back to the matter at hand.
The nerve of that dunderhead. Why would anyone ever shop at a store where the owner calls every customer a fairy?
Prosecutor.
The balloons! Oh, the balloons! That fool popped one right in my face!
Prosecutor Dragmire, enough! Continuing on, purchase item 1 bottle of Rosy Rupee Land. Oh my, this is quite the price. Why, I would have to...
Your Honor, please, the date of purchase.
Ah, yes, right, date of purchase. Why, it's March 16th, the day of the murder!
Yeah!
Order!
Yes, we got him! Phew, I think we're finally getting somewhere. Bah! That still doesn't mean anything! Perhaps the witness briefly went back to the ranch house for something and saw the bottle then?
Yes, that's it. I was getting thirsty, so I went back to get a drink. I must have seen the bottle then.
Oh, come on! You think we're gonna believe that? Do you have any proof that he didn't? Well, I
believe this calls for further testimony. As the witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder, we should learn of his exact movements that day.
Ha! My movements? Well, alright. There's not a whole lot to say, though. It's unfortunate that he managed to weasel out of that. But his next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. The badge! It's always the badge! My non-suspicious movements. As was already stated, I had volunteered to work in the silo. Well, on the milk? At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I went back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened. And wow, that detective was one fine woman. Yeah? See, I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Eat my shoes, you brat. I'll pass. Has to be something wrong in there. You can't put a flawless story together that quickly. Why Boston now? I'm very bad at accents, okay? I'm very bad at them. I'm sorry, things are very inconsistent. I'm trying here! As was already stated, I have volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. Okay, we're pressing him on the work he's doing at the silo for sure. You're doing great, sweetie! What were you doing? Working on shipments and fulfilling orders. We send out crates of milk to milk bars all across the kingdom every day, you know. Milk bars? Naturally, everyone loves a good drink, you know. And our milk is renowned as the best there is. I hear some others water theirs down. Despicable. I see. I think you said earlier that your job is to work on the structures and equipment, though. Indeed. Town and the girl would usually be the ones overseeing milk orders. However, since the royal visitation was happening that day, I felt they needed their minds unoccupied, so I took it upon myself to do it this time. After the murder, I got scared that the Sheikah Forces investigation would delay the shipment, and that I, the Great Ingo, would get the blame. Thankfully, it all went through fine. Yeah, and you were so concerned with sending it off quickly that you wrote it the wrong delivery address on it. Bye, you Hylians! Ridiculous! Getting tipsy from something like milk? Bet you couldn't even handle a sip of the Gerudo's noble pursuit, a real man's drink. Who man's drink are most of the Gerudo women? God, the writing is so peak, I love it. Speaking of drinks, I believe the witness was talking about how he had gotten himself a glass of water. Yes, of course, moving all that heavy stuff around works up a sweat, and I got very thirsty and... At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. The whole pursuit pull from Breath of the Wild is crazy. It's a great detail! Didn't think to just take a sip from the milk you were handling? No, it wouldn't be right. That milk was for the customers, you see. I just didn't want to get into any trouble. A truly honest man. How dare you suggest he would steal from his own workplace? Right. So, what did you see at the house? Nothing much. I got my drink and left. Still had a lot of work to do, you see. I suppose I must have seen the perfume bottle then. In fact, yes, I remember it clearly now. I was there on the table, plain as day. Mwahaha! Great.
What happened after that, witness?
I went back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. Doing what? And you were able to complete this so quickly on your own? Bah! You don't know the might of the Great Ingo. Ha! Ha! Pow! Wham! I get things done in no time. I did almost break my back getting those crates out of the silo, though. There were so many, and all so heavy. It was like a puzzle in there. Anyway, that's not important. The point is, I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. This is like perfect fan service for me. I'm gonna be honest. Are you sure? Sure as can be. You never went back in, even after the crime was discovered. Bah, they wouldn't let me in. Preserving the crime scene or some such. I couldn't even get any of my things. After I was questioned, no one gave me half a glance. I had to sleep in the stables that night. It was terrible. This is what he just said important? I mean, I would like to press him about what things he had. Your Honor, I would like the witness to add his last statement to the testimony. What? What are you trying to pull for now?
Very well, witness, please amend your statement.
Yeah, fine, whatever. I remember the dudes who made this popped in the Mortis chat, they were pretty cool. Yeah, we have a Devon chat as well, or at least we did earlier. I didn't even get to sleep or access any of my belongings. I had to spend the night in the stable. Belongings like what? Couldn't you stay at an inn? Bah, what am I, made of money? Think, boy. I'm just a simple ranch worker, you know? Phew, you lawyers always flaunting your wealth. Right, sorry. Not actually sorry. I doubt one night would bankrupt this guy. Just look at what he's wearing. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened, and wow, that detective was some fine woman. What do you mean by that? Could you elaborate? She's a hard-working woman who gets to the point and takes what she wants. Not to mention her impeccable fashion sense. What's not to love? That's not the part I wanted him to elaborate on. Wow, he seems totally smitten with her. Sure does. I wonder how Impa feels about it. Perhaps, when this chore of a trial is over, I could... But no, I will have to wait. You thought you could distract me, did you? I, the genius ranch worker, ain't gonna see through your schemes. Sticking to that story, huh? Yeah, it was a desperate fix, but it holds up surprisingly well. I can hardly believe this is the same Mr. Ingo I know. He's usually so nice. Time to press for more details. He's sure to slip up somewhere. There has to be a piece of evidence or a profile waiting to disprove what he's saying. Okay, let's see. There's a tiny bit of oil and the watered down milk and the return shipment. Okay, let's see. Once you have to work at the silo. In the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. Went back to the silo right after and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. I didn't even get to sleep or access any of my belongings. I had to spend the night in the stable. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened, and wow, the detective was some fine woman. I'd like to ask him about the watered down milk. Ha! I've got you now! It's Drover. What? I knew some ranch worker couldn't concoct a flawless story. Employing ranch workers are stupid! That's not what I meant! On the other hand, certain attorneys definitely are, since what you just presented is entirely meaningless. Oh sure, just getting up on me. Or a profile, let's see. Usually in his work clothes. Dressed up for court. Wait, if you couldn't get your belongings, then you couldn't have gotten your nice clothes. I'm a genius! I'm so smart. Goodness, there's something seriously wrong with your testimony. What? What are you talking about? You say you couldn't get any of your belongings because they were all at the ranch house, correct? A ranch house you were not allowed to go in? That's right? Well, that would imply you should still be wearing your work clothes. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but those don't look like work clothes at all! Ah!
I'm afraid that's a point. Lewis appears pretty well dressed for court. I can't imagine he would want to sully those clothes during work.
Well, what do you have to say to that? Oh, of course. I can explain. It's simple. These are brand new. Yeah, on my way to the courthouse, I went shopping for a nice new outfit. After all, I couldn't very well show up to court dressed like a bum. Oh. Well, where's the receipt? Yes, Defense. Certain people have a modicum of respect for the court and show up dressed appropriately. What's that supposed to mean? This is my finest Zora suit. Ah, cute. So you came you bought these clothes after the crime, is that correct? Very much so. This morning, in fact. Why? Do I need to repeat myself? You buying those clothes today is simply impossible. What? Oh, how can you claim so? Defense, as you know, evidence is everything in court. Either prove that the witness couldn't have bought these clothes today, or get out. It's because I'm an attorney. That's why. Hope that helps. I guess maybe that the shipment was returned means he didn't have money? Maybe? He didn't do his work so that he didn't get paid? Damn it! This proves he couldn't have bought the clothes.
I must admit I don't see the connection here.
Bah, because there is none! The friend's just wasting our time as usual. I needn't have worried. God, I need to rethink this. Defense, as you know, evidence is everything in court. Either proof that the witness couldn't have bought these clothes today, or get out. We don't have a receipt? Maybe it's Sunday, all the shops are closed. He couldn't afford a hotel room. Yeah, but I don't know how to present that. Unless I just show him the profile again, but I don't know how that would make sense. The photo? It's just the photo! You're right, he's wearing the clothes! I would like to turn the court's attention to this. Get him! Get his ass!
Why, this is one lovely pictograph. It reminds me of the idyllic days I spent with my grandson.
Shut the fuck up! What about this pictograph, Defense? Well, just look at what Ingo is wearing. The worst 240p photos evidence. I'm just waiting for like a cursor to pop up and me having to click on him. This pictograph is from Malin's childhood, but Ingo is very clearly wearing the same outfit he has on right now. He couldn't have bought it today. Yeah! Gotta Z-target the correct point. That pissed me off so much at Ace Attorney, having to click on the stupid pictures and nothing I did was good enough.
Order! I will have order! The defense is absolutely correct. Hope the witness has a good explanation for this.
There, I think we finally got him. There's no way he can weasel out this time. Oh, unless someone weasels out for him. Bah! Isn't it obvious? Naturally, the witness knew he would need to wear his nice clothes for the royal visitation that was scheduled for that day. He brought them to the silo in advance so that he could quickly change just before the royal's visitation's arrival. Oh. Wait. Hold on. Oh. Oh. Couldn't have bought it today. Knew he would wear his nice clothes for the royal visitation that was scheduled. He brought them to the silo in advance. Okay, but why would he do that? Why would he do that? Why would he get it dirty? Potentially at the silo. How do you know about the visit? Because it's an annual visit. What they didn't know is that the princess was coming. But they knew someone from the royal family was coming. Yes, of course. I needed to be presentable after all. Can't look like a bum in front of the most important people in the kingdom. Wait a minute, this is insane! What kind of kangaroo court is this? The prosecution keeps making excuses up on the spot. Ingo was clearly lying about buying the clothes before the trial. He's definitely trying to hide something. Your Honor, surely you won't accept this blatant perjury. Accept it, Judge. There can be no other explanation.
What do you mean? The prosecution's explanation does...
I couldn't read that fast enough.
Well, the fact that the witness didn't simply say it himself and made up a lie about buying the clothes is indeed very suspicious. It seems plausible. There we go. That's what I said. Friends, the prosecution has posed that there's no other possible explanation for this contradiction. What is your opinion on the matter? Can the defense think of an alternate version of events?
This is big. I really need to think this through. Yes, honey. Ingo's acting really suspicious right now. He's desperately trying to patch up holes in his testimony to conceal his real movements. Why would he be doing that? Because Ingo's the murderer. If it's not Malon, Ingo's the only other person who could have done this. I have to assume he did, if I want to think Malon is innocent. With that in mind, why would Ingo change out of his work clothes? Because they're bloody.
They were eaten by a cow!
Talon's blood got on them. When Ingo killed Talon, his clothes must have gotten blood on them. He had to change to something else to hide his involvement. But then, wouldn't the Sheikah force have found the clothes in the house? He burned them with the oil! Da 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 da. Ingo burned his clothes! That's it! This explains everything! Imagine showing that to someone out of context. Thank you. Oh, the sound effects are so good. I believe I can offer an alternate explanation. Nonsense. Hold on, we've got a coin flip I need to resolve. This is so peak. Judge, the defense spent far too long sitting in silence just now. They clearly have nothing. I call for a quick ruling. Ingo shit his pants! And not only can I explain it, but in fact, the defense formally accuses the witness of the murder. No! I need 4 more cases. There's gonna be one more, according to Devon chat. There's gonna be one more, it's gonna be the last one. It's simple. The reason he had to swap his outfit and why he's been lying about the circumstances ever since is because it got stained with the victim's blood. Preposterous! If there were any discarded bloody clothes nearby, the Sheikah force would have found them and would be trying someone else for murder right now. I like playing my ocarina. God, I wish that the random Myra meme was a little bit further down to cover his face. It would have been so perfect. Looking at I'm gonna have a heart-to-heart and Device will be the prosecution. Ever since Link, ever since you gave me those feelings. God, That last case of Ace Attorney was fucking unhinged, but I loved it so much. It was so peak. Directly overhead is still good, like a thought bubble, yeah. Well, you're absolutely correct, prosecutor. Naturally, Ingo couldn't have left his bloody clothes lying around. And so he used this to dispose of them. Lab oil? Ropes? Bombs? Your Honor, cast your mind to the princess's last testimony. The princess's... Ah! That mysterious fire!
Oh, that mysterious fire!
First case was also excellent with constantly asking for the enlargement. Man, it was so fun. Surely you jest. You yourself made sure we all knew how meaningless her testimony was. And yet, with this new context in mind, it gains a completely new meaning. Here's the link to the romhacks page if you want to check it out for yourself. You can also download the soundtrack there, which is pretty neat. And yet, with this new context in mind, it gains a completely new meaning. An empty bottle of lamp oil found by a burnt-out fire. Ingo used this lamp oil to quickly burn away his stained work clothes. Well, how about it, witness? My scenario explains everything. You killed Talon and then tried to hide it. This is... No, hold on! No, hold on! What drivel are you spouting here? Me? Kill Talon? You already know that's impossible. Impossible? Too busy for murder. Everything you said is wrong. I have no idea what you're on about. I have an alibi for the time of the crime. I couldn't have done it. There's no way I could have completed those milk shipments, killed Talon, and tried to hide my involvement. It's getting worse. The fire was just made for a quick breakfast. There's no mystery there. Stop trying to pin this on poor innocent Ingo. Hide. Now, I shouldn't have to remind you, defense, but you yourself were surprised that Ingo was able to complete the shipment in time. Adding even more things for him to do in that time is preposterous. That's right. The great Ingo is efficient at his job, but not that efficient. No, it had to have been him. I'm sure of it. There must be some trick at play here. Some kind of shortcut. I must find it. Watering down the milk! Watering down the milk! It was watering down the milk! And getting the addresses wrong in your haste. Oh my god! Surely my scenario is more plausible at this point than these panicked attempts to fix your story. What's more plausible isn't for you to decide, defense. It's the judge that makes the final call, and as long as his alibi stands, I can't imagine him siding with you.
Yes. All those loose ends have to be tied up before a decision can be made. Witness, please continue.
I have an alibi for the first time of the crime. For the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it. Could you explain what that alibi is again?
With pleasure.
At the time of the crime, I was busy preparing that day's shipments of milk. That's hard work. I barely had enough time to get them done before the courier came to take them. The shipments were inspected by the Sheikah force as they were leaving the ranch. And as our resident detective has told us, they were found to be fully loaded up with bottles of milk. That's right. The Sheikah force itself has vouched for me. There's no way I could be the culprit. No, I disagree. There has to be a way. There must be. There's no way I could have completed those milk shipments, killed Talon, and tried to hide my involvement. Career! Would it really have taken that long to murder someone and burn some clothes? It would have taken long enough to definitely make the scheme infeasible. Completing these shipments is a rather involved process. You have to milk the cows, clean the bottles, pour the milk into them, put them into crates, and load those onto a wagon. I love working with the cows, but that part takes the longest because you only get a little at a time. So as Mr. Ingo said, the whole thing really does take a while. Father and I usually have to work together to get it done in time for the courier's arrival. There you go, Defense. Your own client knows this is the unshakable truth. Okay, so there's no way he could complete the shipments and also do the killing. In that case, there had to be some way for him to finish the work faster. I just have to find it. The watered down milk. Watered down milk. Okay, I do want to see the rest of the pressing now. So I got enough time for breakfast, but not enough time to kill someone. Yes, of course. Breakfast was cooking while I kept working, and then I just quickly gobbled it up. There's no issue there. What did you have for breakfast? In fact, yes, I remember it even burned a bit because I wasn't completely paying attention to it. That's why I had to go get that glass of water too, you see. I had to wash it down after. Convenient little explanation. For all I know, he actually did cook up a breakfast on a fire of burning blood-soaked clothes. Ew. Continue, witness. We don't want to hear about your culinary adventures. Of course. My point is just what I've been telling you this whole time. Stop trying to pin this on poor innocent Ingo. The people who could have done this were you and Malon. And I know Malon well enough to know she couldn't be the culprit. That leaves you as the perpetrator. Yes, but now we all know how much you value your friend. Let me remind you, though, that feelings don't matter at all here. Either show us solid evidence that puts Ingo's alibi into question, or concede defeat. Is there any way he could have done the work faster? I'm not sure. It'd be nice if there was, though. I could sleep in a little bit longer every day. Yeah, you'd think he would have shared it with you if you knew of one. Just what shortcut did you use, Ingo? Okay. I'm gonna present the watered down milk here, I think. And if that doesn't work, the wrong address. But we have to take another ad break first. I'm sorry, I know, this is in a really crucial moment, but if I keep snoozing it, then we're just kind of delaying it, and then I can't, pause it later. So I think it's just a better call to take the ad break here really quick. So I will be right back. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Thank you all for waiting. We're back. Wow, that was almost a perfectly even coin flip there. Tails never fails. Well, there's a lull in the drama. I like to say, Myra, I like your model and concept design. Well, thank you so much. That's really sweet. Yeah, it was a real labor of love. I really quite love my current look and stuff. I will have a new model sometime later this year. This is sort of the full model. Right now, I'm kind of chibi-fied. But this is what I'm gonna look like in the future. My rigging slot is for the end of this month / early next month. So hopefully the rigging comes out really nice. I'm actually so excited. This is like my dream model, man. This wasn't the full model the whole time. Technically not. I mean, it is a full body model, but it was never the it was never like the end goal, I suppose. Here's like a full look of the current model. I also rigged this myself, so it's not like super fluid or anything. I mean, it works, but you know. Do you have a prediction for the new model debut? Honestly, no. I don't have a timeline for it. I'm hoping it'll be in the first half of the year, but you know, debuts always come with a lot of extra prep and stuff. And I haven't quite decided what I want to do yet. So we'll just have to see. I could probably do it for my birthday, but for my birthday in April, but I don't really want to rush it depending on when the rigging is done. Like, if the rigging is done in like a few days before my birthday, I don't really want to rush the debut or anything, you know? So I'd rather have a nice chill birthday and then do the debut a little bit later, but yeah. No real timeline yet. I'm kind of just, you know, it's ready when it's ready kind of thing. Your model's honestly well rigged for what it is. Yeah, I really surprised myself with how well I rigged it. It's a bit rough around the edges here and there, but I think it's more than good. It's more than good. I would say more than enough. There we go. But yeah, I'm very excited to have the full model, and it'll have a few extra features that this model doesn't have. So I don't know. I'm just really excited. Perfection takes time. Let them cook. I am so excited because I actually get to work with a rigger that I've really looked up to for a long time, and she does some of the most amazing work. She was live earlier. I don't know if she's live right now, but I'll give her a shout out anyway. She streams her rigging work sometime. So I did tell her that it would be more than okay for her to stream work on my model. So if you want to see that happen, do consider following Rhea. You can check it out. It's enough to be very charming. Yeah. It's enough to be eye-catching as well, yeah. So I'm sure Rhea will stream some of the progress of my model rig, and you can check it out there. But yeah, I'm very excited. I've worked really hard to be able to get this like really nice model rigged by someone who does such amazing work, and like it's genuinely a dream come true. So I'm really excited. All right, now let's get back to the ROM hack. You watered down the milk. I picked up the wrong controller. You watered down the milk. From yesterday's shipments. But did you though? Did you really complete those shipments properly? Defense, I shouldn't have to remind you that the Sheikah force checked the boxes thoroughly. They were definitely full of milk bottles. Oh, I'm sure it looked that way.
What are you getting at, defense?
Here you go, Your Honor.
Huh? Milk for me?
Are you trying to bribe the judge now? I didn't think you'd stoop so low. The Crown will be informed of this. Oh, it's nothing like that. All I'm asking is that His Honor try tasting the milk. Just one little sip. This is highly irregular.
But to be honest, I could use a drink.
All this talking does make one's throat dry, you know. Probably talk the least out of everyone here, though.
As the defense insists, I'll go ahead and take a sip. Is this what passes for milk these days? This almost tastes like water.
Water? Have to agree. This is definitely not standard milk. As we've heard from the princess and the detective, London Ranch is renowned for the quality of its products. But there's no way people would say that about milk this lousy. Bah! Whatever. As if the unwashed masses would know the difference between quality and garbage. Where are you going with this defense? Water. It's simple, you see. I received this bottle from Detective Impa, still unopened during the first recess. As we know, there were no milk shipments today, so this must have come from one of Ingo's shipments from yesterday. Ah! It's true that Ingo couldn't have murdered Talon and also completed the shipments on his own. Unless he cheated. Ingo watered down the milk to get the shipments done in time!
Order, order! Yes, I suppose that would work.
Indeed.
Indeed!
All he had to do was milk fewer of the cows. To save enough time without ruining the taste too much, I guess he used about a 50-50 split of water and milk.
This is... No! Talon!
Let me stop you right there. I will concede that something odd happened to that shipment. But all you have proven is that Ingo's a slacker. How dare you!
Quiet, you mongrel!
Sure, Ingo watered down the milk. That doesn't make him a killer, though, does it? Well, no. But now we do know that he definitely could have done it. We know he did go to the crime scene. And we know he did have the time and opportunity to kill Talon as well. Yet there's a vital element missing still. Let me put it in simple terms, so even an idiot like you can understand. Rebuttal? The murder weapon. You lack the murder weapon. If Ingo was the murderer, then it couldn't have been the saw. And why is that? It's simple. If the girl's story about working on the fence is true, then she was using the saw while her father was being murdered. It couldn't have been in two places at the same time. Do I agree with this? I mean, I agree that it couldn't have been in the same place at the same time, but it could be a different murder weapon. I'm guessing it's from a later Ace Attorney. I guess so. I haven't played past the first one. I believe we're in complete agreement on this point. You do realize the problems that creates for you, right? I'm sure it can all be explained. Ha! As if. But very well, then let's move on to why nothing else could have been the murder weapon either. Where would the supposed other murder weapon have even come from? Couldn't he have used any old thing? Either answer the question, defense, or this discussion is over. Well, yeah, the ranch's inventory. I'm an attorney! Have you forgotten this murder happened on a ranch? There are plenty of sharp things on site. That's simply impossible. Why would... Oh. We checked all sharp objects on the ranch and searched everywhere. No fresh blood was found anywhere else. Well, no blood was found on the murder weapon to begin with. Couldn't have Ingo just wiped it off? Couldn't you have just wiped it off? Blood leaves traces. It's not that easy to get rid of. People like us aren't so sensitive, but other beings like the Zoras can easily tell by smell. Naturally, the Sheikah Force employs people just for this task. Also, as London Ranch focuses on selling horses and milk, the animals there aren't regularly butchered. So there's no good reason why any of the tools would have fresh blood on them. Any such implement would have stood out like a sore thumb. Well, I guess that is a good point. I may have to rethink this. Couldn't Ingo have just disposed of it? With the fire? Ha! That's impossible, you see. No items from the ranch's inventory list were missing, and that list is indisputable. Well, it also didn't have the oil on it, to be fair. How can you be so sure that the inventory is accurate? Bah! Use your head. There was no royal visitation scheduled for that day. The ranch owner needed everything to be in order. He could have double, even triple checked that list when he wrote it. I suppose he would have, but... that doesn't explain the oil. Right? Seven's verse clear. Ah! Items for the ranch's inventory list were missing, and that list is indisputable. Well, his clothes are missing. Oh, come on! Really? You can't see anything clear? Sharp metal object. Bloody cloth. I mean, he could have used the bloody cloth to clean it up, but that's not what he's questioning me about, right? Rancher needed everything to be in order. He would have double, even triple checked that list when he wrote it. date? Wait. When was the murder? What day? Because this inventory is from March 15th, right? That's gotta be it, right? I think he was murdered on the 16th or 17th. No, it's the 17th today. No, why is this the date? Fuck it. The inventory list itself is false. Oh, fascinating. What exactly makes you question the veracity of this document? Ah! Oh, there we go! Another piece of evidence! The oil bottle! Is that so? Well, go on then. Shows which piece of evidence contradicts the list itself. It's this, of course. Judge, do you have any idea what the defense... No! Come on! Well, at least I get to see the game over screen.
I think that is enough. I feel I have seen enough to announce the verdict at this time. The defense has failed to establish a likely alternative scenario to the one presented by the prosecution. Such a pronounced battle of Lal and Raj. Guilty.
Oh jeez, well, rest in peace, Malon. I feel like what I said made sense, but it's not what the game wanted, I suppose. Like the murder weapon. If Ingo was the murderer, then it couldn't have been the saw. We gotta go back to where we were before. No fresh blood was found anywhere else. Disposed of it. No items from the ranch's inventory list were missing, and that list is indisputable. No, it's not. Da-da-da-da! Okay, wait, if we're going with the original idea that the date is wrong, it's something about the inventory itself. You only need a brief look at the inventory to see it can't be trusted. Ho ho! You can't just go around making such general statements, defense. Point out what exactly about the inventory makes it suspect. Ingo! Wait, it was written by Ingo! I just noticed! Just look here. The one who compiled this was Ingo himself. He could have easily falsified the counts as part of his plan. Doesn't matter. Nothing could have left the ranch. Well, no. No, put it back into emote only. Put it back into emote only. Would Ingo have been able to just throw the item out over the fence? Thank you. Obviously, we searched the perimeter of the ranch as well. Nothing was found anywhere. This is the most important point. Has nothing really been able to leave? Wrong. The perfume. No! The milk shipments! This is after the crime. Are you really sure nothing left the ranch? What about a few little shipments of milk? Preposterous! Have you forgotten that such shipments had been checked by the Sheikah force before they were allowed to leave? That's true, but it was a place the Sheikah could have overlooked. What in Din's name are you blabbling about? We're talking about bog-standard crates here, boy! Not exactly vast dungeons full of nooks and crannies to put stuff into, are they? Where could they have missed a murder weapon? It's simple, they overlooked. I mean, there was that return shipment. The contents of the bottle. That's right, they didn't open the milk bottles. It would be kind of wild for him to hide the murder weapon inside a bottle of milk, though. Unless he put the address of the one where the murder weapon is wrong on purpose, and then had it returned to the ranch. There's one place inside the crates that the Sheikah couldn't have checked thoroughly without ruining the shipments. Without ruining the shipments? That's right. Ingo put the murder weapon inside one of the bottles to conceal it from the search.
That does seem plausible.
Now wait just a moment. Open a milk bottle wouldn't have just gone unnoticed. Someone would have reported it. Unless it was in the return box! Let me press on it first. How can you be so sure? You even know how much milk an average milk bar uses each day? All those shipments have most certainly been completely used up by now. Someone drinking from that bottle would have found it for sure. Choked on it, even if they took too large a swig. It would be a huge scandal. Well, he's right about that, but he's missing some vital information. Be correct that a weapon showing up in someone's milkshake would cause quite a stir. If the milk ever actually made it to any milk bar, that is. You see, I heard a very interesting tale during the recess. Word was sent from the ranch that not long ago that one of the shipments was returned unopened due to being misaddressed. No! Indeed, if you recall, Ingo was the one who handled all of that. Now that's strange. The ranch supplies the same milk bars every day. Even if he hadn't messed up the street address a little, the couriers would have known where the shipment was meant to go. Would he have bungled it that badly? It's almost as if he didn't want anyone receiving a bottle of milk with a murder weapon in it! Ah! I bet Ingo expected this box to stay in shipping limbo a while longer. How unfortunate for him that the postal service was on its game today. Maybe because they were worried it would start to smell.
I believe this calls for us to investigate those boxes of milk more closely. Service! Have these boxes retrieved from the ranch immediately!
Yippee! We did it! Second try, but we did it.
This is slander! Why would I kill Talon? Sure, he's a bit of a layabout, but he didn't give me a job. Why would I want him dead?
The motive? That's simple. Why? I'm surprised you're even asking about it. The evidence easily explains your motive. It's because if Malon is unable to oversee the ranch, they divide the deed between the crown and the remaining employees. The very inheritance document you brought to the court's attention states the following. In case of the testator's death, the daughter Malin of London Ranch will inherit the ranch. Unless she's unable to oversee it, in which case it shall be divided between the crowd and the remaining employees.
Ah!
What? You not only killed Talon, but decided to frame Malon for the crime as well, so you would be the one to inherit part of the ranch. That's why you volunteered to work in the silo all day. It gave you an alibi so that Malon would be the only possible culprit. Of course, you knew about the royal visitation in advance. You knew Malon would go back to the ranch house to prepare before they arrived. Perfect setup for the royals to find her next to the body.
No, no, no!
What are you talking about? Talon's signing the ranch over to me? Preposterous! Did he really not know? I guess it was Dragmire who procured the actual document, not him. Your Honor!
What is it, soldier?
The box you requested is here.
Already? That was quite fast.
Apparently, the team at the ranch had already noticed something awry with it on their own. The box arrived just as we were about to rush out a courier to deliver our message. Well, 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 let's see for ourselves then, shall we? Part of the shipment that proves my case is... Oh. Right there. It's even bloody! Here it is, from the bottle with a slight red tint to the milk. Looks like some kind of serrated knife. That explains the irregular wound pretty nicely. How could those Sheikah idiots have missed this? I'm sure the milk was pure white when they first checked it. It took a whole day for the blood to dissolve in it. Either way, no matter how you slice it, this proves my theory right. There you go. I'll release you from jail. Oh, I've had it. Fine, fine. You want to know why? You want to know why I've really killed that scumbag? No. What are you? So you admit it? Yes, I admit it. What would you do if one day, after years of backbreaking labor, despite pulling your all into the ranch, you were thrown away like rubbish, without any reason, fired, farewell, we don't need you anymore? What? But that doesn't make any sense. Oh, don't lie, I heard it all. I was just returning back from another day of spine-wrenching work, and lo and behold, what's this? Malin and Talon are talking behind my back. I heard it all. Well, let him go after the visitation. We can handle things without him. And so, after volunteering to work on that shipment, I quietly slipped out while the girl was busy and shanked the good-for-nothing slacker. Ha! You should have seen his face. You didn't expect it at all. So yes, Malin, I killed that lazy bum you called a father. And he deserved it.
Order! Who is will cease his boasting about such a terrible deed? I think we've heard enough. Soldiers, take him away!
Wait, just a moment. Ingo.
Yes, girl? Want to apologize for what you've done?
Apologize? Me? You're horrible! We weren't planning to fire you at all! You completely misunderstood what we were saying!
What?
I've had so much work recently. Well, you know how it goes with the royal visits. Always a busy time. Gotta make sure everything's in tip-top shape. I do worry somewhat about old Ingo, though. He's been complaining about his back recently. Do wish you'd take a step back and relax sometime. Maybe we should convince him to take a vacation? Why? Now there's an idea. It'd do him good. Good to just... I'll discuss it with him after the visitation. After things calm down, we can handle everything without him. Oh, no replay for that. Well, it was probably something along the lines of a bit of time off will do him good. There's... You were planning what? A vacation for me? And I didn't know! No, it can't be so! Please say it isn't so. Get him! What? He's dead. Death by cuckoos.
We've witnessed today the results of a truly horrifying misunderstanding. Misunderstanding or not, what you have done is unforgivable.
Tom was a kind man, beloved by all who had the good fortune to cross his path. His loss will be felt not only at his ranch, but all across Hyrule. Killer turned out to be an utterly pathetic man with delusions of grandeur. I mean, look at him! An utter idiot dressed like a clown! Jeez, he's really laying into him. But he's just upset because he lost.
The prosecution's rant aside, I think it is time to declare today's verdict. It's just a formality, but we'll defend it. Please step up to the stand.
I'm an attorney, by the way. Can I present my badge now? I should have presented my badge. My only regret today.
Young mister, I'm very sorry for the situation you have found yourself in. I'm very glad you appear to have such a good attorney as a friend.
I wouldn't have chosen anyone else. Aw, thanks.
Now then, without further ado, in the name of Goddess Hylia and the sacred lands of Hyrule, I hereby fight Mountain of London Ranch not guilty.
Yay, the confetti!
Court is adjourned.
Yatta! This was the first case. Apparently there will be one more in the future. We did it! I suppose so. I guess Ingo's outburst kind of soured the mood, huh? I don't think I can ever forgive Mr. Ingo for what he's done. That's fair enough, honestly. Really, though, you shouldn't think about that for now. You're free, it's time to celebrate. I guess you're right. No, it's time to take the time to mourn your father, man. Excellent work. I knew you'd pull through. Oh, thanks. I couldn't have done it without you, really, so thank you. Now, that's not quite right. If you want to thank someone, I'm not the one who deserves it the most. Huh? Your Highness? I thought we were going back to Hyrule Castle. What strings did Impa have to pull to get her here? Also a few extras and a bonus 1 hour long case after. Oh my god! I was, but I realized I should apologize for what I did personally. It's an honor. There's no need to bow. Not after what I have done. Really, if not for my status, I would have probably been carted off to prison alongside that angry little man. Perjury's, pretty serious. That's probably not entirely wrong. As usual, you don't give yourself enough credit, Your Highness. Pre-jury, even. How can you say that, Detective? I almost condemned an innocent person to prison. Yes, there are some things you should think twice about doing in the future. But it's all thanks to you that the young lady over here finally went free. Huh? Come on, attorney, show Her Highness what I'm talking about. My badge! Well... But just shot me the most unimpressed face. Never mind about that. In any case, I'm sure Miss Valen isn't too upset. Well, sure. Town Hut! We have orders to escort the princess back to the castle immediately. Ah, just in time. Farewell, Your Highness. And so they left. Now then, listen to me. I know that I am perhaps being too lenient on the princess, but tough times are ahead. The princess will need all the confidence she can get to lead the kingdom through them. She needs to learn to take responsibility for her actions too, though. And she will. Huh? Her Highness is in for a rather unpleasant afternoon today, I imagine. The urgency with which she has just been escorted out of here isn't coincidental. What? Is the king going to scold her? At the very least. Now then. My duties call, unfortunately, so I must be off. Again, you did well today, both of you. I trust that you'll be able to rely on you in future court proceedings as well. I'll try my best. That's all I can ask. An unpleasant prosecutor seems to be making his way over here, so I'll be excusing myself post-haste. Farewell. Uh-oh. You. Hello, nice day we're having, isn't it? Tell me now, where did that blasted detective go? To have my reputation tarnished this way by some novice attorney from the boonies. Dramatic much. He looks about ready to burst from anger. Don't be such a sore loser. You lost, deal with it. Yeah, we got the right verdict. Doesn't that make you even a little bit glad? Yes, I suppose there's some worth in that. What transpired is most unfortunate. I can only offer my condolences. Just remember that it was the meddling of that idiotic princess and the stupidity of that blasted detective that led to your arrest. So if any grievances, take it up with them. Suppose there's some truth to what he's saying. Speaking of the detective, it appears that she has fled from me like a cuckoo on fire. Mark my words, she'll regret what she's done for generations. Well, that sure was something. I don't know if he was being sincere or just wanted to shift blame onto someone else. I wouldn't say he's entirely blameless. Never mind that. Do you think you'll be alright running the ranch by yourself? Of course I'll come visit, but I have my attorney duties too. I'll get in touch with the castle, see if they can spare some men to work at the ranch. As my father may have seemed, he really did prepare me to take over one day, and he taught me well. I'll make sure the animals are well taken care for, just as I always have. That's the spirit. I believe in you. I really want to thank you for bringing the truth to light. If it wasn't for you, I didn't even want to think about what could have happened. Don't mention it. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end. And so ended a very personal case for me. I felt like a weight had been lifted off my back. Malin continued working at the ranch, hoping to make it prosper even beyond what her father was able to accomplish. I didn't really think much about it, but the days following were some of the happiest I'd lived for a long time. Little did I know that a terrible tragedy would soon shock the entire kingdom, and that I'd find myself smack dab in the middle of it. That's a legend for another day. Oh! That was so good! I loved it! Skywood, this was amazing. Great work. You heroed the shit out of that law. Well, I tried. That was so fun. He was so faithful to Ace Attorney. I was actually so surprised. So amazing with all the animations as well. I loved it. They even made you point at a thing! I know, right? Oh my god! Can you believe it? Yeah, and those animations were fantastic. That little smirk was so good. Oh my god, they're the little guys from fucking Phantom Hourglass, right? I didn't even realize. There was one in the audience, too. I love the music remixes especially. Yeah. Yeah, lock them up! In his clown outfit, no less. The music was so amazing, man. Tingle Law Trilogy. Well, I can't wait to see more. I do want to check out the extra stuff, but I think I might save that for next time. I'm quite exhausted from all the reading. So if you guys don't mind, let's do the extras and the bonus bonus case next week. Have you ever played the DS Tingle games? I have not, unfortunately. There's a little cat, so cute. That's perfect actually because I need to go to bed. Well, there you go. Have a good night. Get some good rest. Oh, the funeral? Wait, so even getting buried in the... Well, I guess there was a bit of an infestation in the royal grave. The cheat code is to play Song of Storms on the brightness adjustment screen settings. Thank you. I'll write that down for next time. Well, I guess we can do it now. Well, I'll write it down just in case. On right screen. The end. Yippee! 07 Mario. 07 indeed. See and select now unlocked. Oh my god! Extra unlocked. Really? Even a scene select? That's crazy. That's so much work. There we go. There's the extras. Turnabout Thief. I'm really excited. This is awesome. Seriously, amazing work. This was so well put together. It was a real letter of love. All the little, like, references and Easter eggs were so clever. I loved it. Seriously. This was amazing. Yeah, we'll revisit this next week because I'm quite tired from doing all the reading. And if we end up having a bunch of time left, we'll just play Monster Hunter or something after. That's no problem. But yeah, seriously, this was so good. I'm gonna give it a 5 stars on Backlogged. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, thank you so much for putting this together. This was awesome. I loved it. I'm glad I finally got around to playing it. Play with Luna. Well, Luna is playing Monster Hunter right now. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, guys? Monster Hunter on Luna's stream. And can you believe it, guys? We're gonna be raiding her today. The extras are also really good. Yeah, we're gonna check out everything. We're gonna check out everything next week. Is the extra case under the extras, or is that under continue? Because there's Turnabout Thief, and that sounds like another case. Have a good rest, Myra. Have a good day, chat. You as well. Get some nice rest. It's there at the bottom. You want to do the 3 extras in order. Okay, good. We'll do that next week. I'm so excited! This was so amazing. I can't wait. And there's gonna be like a whole nother case in the future. We'll have to play that as well. Well, for now, thank you all so much for coming. This was so amazing. I loved it. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Should be fun if I just exit. You're gonna have to play more Ace Attorney games on stream. I did play the first out of the trilogy on stream. It's on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it back. It was super fun. Pretty much the perfect love letter to Zelda, Ace Attorney in the end at 64. Yeah, it's so cool. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be playing more Ace Attorney games on stream in the future, just because it's like a lot. I mean, I don't know. I really actually loved playing through Ace Attorney. Maybe the stream will give me the push to give it another try, but in the meantime, yes, there is a playlist on my YouTube channel. Let me see. Now, we did play this pre my rebrand, so you're gonna be seeing the old model. But here's the playlist, if you want to check it out. It was so fun. I actually really enjoyed playing Ace Attorney. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. I still think that episode 5 thumbnail is my favorite. Alright, anyway. Okay, well, we'll continue this next week. Give my voice some time to rest. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna rate us out into Luna. And thank you, Devin Chat, for being here. And checking me out. I really appreciate it. Hope you all had fun. For now, I'm gonna go rest. Thank you all so much for coming. What else? Oh, I'll be back tomorrow, same time. We're gonna finish up Peace Walker. We're gonna see how much the true ending requires in grinding. If need be, we might have to YouTube it tomorrow, because if it's like a ton of grinding, I'm probably not gonna want to do it. So yeah, but yeah, the plan is to finish Peace Walker and be done with it tomorrow. I still need to listen to all the Chico voice lines to unlock the Monster Hunter stuff, so I guess that's what I'm gonna be doing with my evening. Oh, I can totally crochet while I do that. Okay, well, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you supporters on Patreon. Metro Milo, Shat, and Ultra Blonde, TKL, these guys, Keko Fruza, Isaac, Tensions, Secret Yarn, Amari, Sock, Integration, and Estra. Thank you so much. If you want to throw a few extra bucks at me and get my art in full resolution, as well as access to exclusive Patreon streams, check out my Patreon. It helps out a lot if you feel like it. I'm kind of just doing whatever on there and asking people for opinions and stuff early. So yeah. Alright, see you guys later. Bye bye.